Okay. Ayoo, Mononajis! I hope you're all having yourself a wonderful, fantastic, extra spectacular, and positively amazing day today! Welcome, welcome! Hello! Hello, Searchlight 13. Oh, you Searchlight, welcome, welcome. I hope you're having yourself a good day today. Alright, check it out, everyone. We got a little bit of time because today I actually want to try. Well, we're gonna figure it out. Either we're gonna be playing Arc Raiders later on tonight, or we're gonna be starting Dying Light the Beast, Mark of the Beast, something like that. One of them. Oh, let me double check. Do I even have that freaking thing installed? Let me actually check. I think I do. No, I don't. Okay, I'm gonna install it in the background. Ah, damn! I gotta uninstall some shiz. Oh, because frickin' I had to install Call of Booty for a bit. But I uninstall that. That's like way too much. Uninstall Call of Booty. Uh, Too many games. Too many games that I wanted to play on stream, but we're gonna do later. Stick of Truth, we're gonna have to play later as well. I don't have the DLC, turns out. But I'll install. I also wanted to try out Where Winds Meet, but that'll be later. Once those finish uninstalling, I'll try installing the Beast. But in the meantime, we're gonna check out some reactions. But it all depends on if Burrito is actually ready with that game or what's going on. If Chaos joins us, we might do Arc because I don't think he has Dying Light. So we'll see. We'll see how the evening goes. Right now, though, I got a couple of cool videos I wanted to check out with you, Monos. Let's go ahead and get right into it. We got a video by Yongye. I mean, this is a follow-up to the High Guard situation. I guess there are some updates. I don't know. Let's check them out real quick just to see what's going on. I don't want to like follow High Guard too much because we kind of already got the full story, you know. But if there is a major update, I feel like Yongye would talk about it. So let's just see what it is. You know, he might have a little bit more insider information than we have.
Normal, y'all. I've never seen a game mark.
Normal. What?
This is not normal, y'all. I've never seen a game marketed like High Guard or, you know, completely lack in marketing, especially this coming from a brand new studio and an IP that has still yet to prove itself. And I've already talked about High Guard before, but it feels like as we get closer and closer to launch, the situation surrounding this just feels worse and worse. Now, High Guard, for those who don't know, was announced back at the Game Awards 2025, and it
actually, real quick, well, you know what? He might say it in the video, but I was gonna say because if I'm not mistaken, we were 2 weeks out. A couple days back. I don't know if at this point it's 1 week or exactly how much time we have left. When is it coming out?
Has not been met with a whole lot of fanfare, and that has in large part to do with the fact that it was announced as like the big showstopper at the Game Awards. You know, it was the big finale, and that slot is usually reserved for something that is a lot more established, that generates a lot more hype, rather than something that is brand new from an unknown studio and a game that is yet another, you know, hero shooter that is something that a lot of people feel a little fatigue over given how many live services there are out there right now. Now, this game does come from developers who worked on Titanfall and Apex Legends, and that's how Jeff Keighley tried to hype it up. But that's...
And I think, honestly, that did more damage than it actually helped.
Not enough.
It was kind of like No Man's Sky, how
make
that whole
High Guard
they got like
the big
way
finale
too
and
hyped.
Justify that, especially because the game does not really resemble what people really want.
I'm gonna lower the volume ever so slightly.
One out of such developers, which is a spiritual successor to Titanfall, a series that has long remained dormant and done so for far too long. And so the disappointment in the way it was announced as the big finale and that it ultimately turned out to be yet another hero shooter, and you know, it almost resembles Concord in the way the reception.
It's very interesting because hero shooters, like, if you're gonna start, here's the thing: there are two very successful hero shooters that we could discuss right off the bat that I like, right, like just tops to tops, right? That's Marvel Rivals and Fortnite. Not Fortnite, sorry, Marvel Rivals and Overwatch. And Marvel Rivals is a perfect example of how you can have characters, heroes that were already designed amazingly well by the comic book creators, and on top of that, they already had the built-in fandoms. Overwatch is a great example of how you could do the exact same thing, but you could grant them and give them entirely brand new characters, personalities, traits, backstories, and make people absolutely love them. As long as you design them well, and as long as their stories or backstories are designed well, and the world building is designed well. So you can absolutely make it work, but High Guard, we haven't seen jack squat about any of these characters, and on top of that, they all look generic as hell.
Has been so negative, and the lack of interest. You know, it's all generating a narrative that High Guard just doesn't feel like it's primed to be a massive success. Sure. And one of the things that people highlight is that the game comes out on January 26th, 2026, which is very soon. And since the game's announcement, it's gone radio silent. We have not seen a single post from the High Guard
It's coming
developers
out when?
2026.
On the 26th. Damn, bro, y'all got 7 days left.
Which is very
Y'all got a week left.
soon. And since the game's announcement, it's gone radio silent. We have not seen a single post from the High Guard developers since its announcement.
Yo,
to the
seriously
point
though,
where people took notice of this.
They literally have a week left.
3 weeks prior to its launch on January 6, 2026, Jake Lucky here highlighted how the game launches in less than 3 weeks, and there's been no posts on social media, despite likely having paid a lot of money to debut their game at the Game Awards, and especially at that coveted slot of, the big finale. And then 2 weeks prior to launch on January 12, 2026, Dexerto made it a point to highlight that High Guard haven't posted on social media since their reveal trailer at the Game Awards. The game is set to release in 2 weeks. And this is something that has been prominently brought up by numerous media outlets because this is really abnormal for a game to market itself.
I really would like to know what the order of events were. Was this their plan? Was their plan to just in a success? Let's assume this was a success. And I do apologize. I'm blocking Yange here. I didn't realize that he was I gotta pay more attention to that. I didn't know he was gonna put himself on the right side. I'll go over here by the banana. He can have he can borrow Chiquita Banana for a while. But I want her back later. Okay, Yange? Cool.
Itself like this, which is with no marketing at all. There has to be an extreme level of confidence to not engage in marketing so short.
Sorry, but the point I was trying to make before I got distracted. I want to know in a perfect world where people actually did the game, even if I'm not gonna say people 100% loved it, but nobody hated it. Let's say, right? So in a perfect world where they made the announcement, everyone was like, looks interesting. What was that their plan to just make the announcement at the Game Awards, spend their entire advertisement budget on just that, and then hope that it sells good? What exactly was what was the win condition here?
Before your game's release. And then that brings us to more recently on January 19th, 2026, people highlighted that despite the game now being only 1 week away from launch, there's been 0 social media posts. And you can check this yourself. If you say go to High Guard's Twitter page right now, you'll find
that's one of those things. It's okay, I can't imagine it's because of anything specifically related to that. And the reason why I say that, or the reason why I think the reason why I don't think it's anything related to monetary, how much money they spent on advertising, is because of the fact that they wouldn't need any money to just put up more gameplay, put up more anything really at all.
Its most recent
and that's what I'm
post
talking about. Like I mentioned earlier, it's absolutely free to just put up a generic PNG of one of the characters with a whatever, if the color scheme is blue and white or whatever, then a black nice little matte background and just a couple of stats on the character. Absolutely free. You don't even gotta make a trailer if you really don't want to,
from December 11th, 2025,
or if you can't afford
which
it.
was the announcement trailer for the game. If you go to High Guard's YouTube channel, you'll find that if you check out their videos, it's just the official reveal trailer, not a single additional bit of content, not a single additional bit of information about the game. There's no big gameplay overview trailer to try to highlight.
Nah, you'd assume they'd have at least 2 trailers or something.
Some of the more,
Did they really just make the game, make one trailer, and they were like, well, that's a home run, right? They had to have something else planned, no?
As a hero shooter, they're relying on the official reveal trailer that has been so negatively received to carry the whole marketing of the game, and I don't know how that's gonna fly. Even on their official website, all we'll find is this countdown right here, 8 days until launch. That's as of the recording of this video, just a little over a week before its release, but no updates on the website providing additional information to try to get people hyped for a game that they're very skeptical about. And then this whole situation surrounding Highguard gets even worse when...
And that's the thing, right? Because you start to wonder, is the reason why they're not doing anything because they're confident it'll sell, or is it because they're terrified that it's gonna bomb and they don't want to waste their time, which is like way worse, right? Well, I guess at the end of the day, I don't know which one is worse, right? That they've kind of already given up on your game, or that they think that's good enough, and like, which, to be fair, it's not, right? You definitely should, if like, because the game already has a bad like vibe from the community. You'd think they'd want to like try to like put out as much dope shit as possible to be like, yo, look at, check out this game. Like, I know what you heard was bad, but like, look at this. And trust me, like, look at Expedition 33. How many people were shitting on it for so long, and it's still one game of the year? Like, it really doesn't matter what people tell you, or game journalists, or any of that. As long as the game is good, it looks good, it plays good, people will come. But this kind of makes it seem like you don't got, like, it kind of makes it seem like all the critiques were on point, so that's why you're not showing nothing, right? That's my immediate thought, and maybe that's wrong, but that's what I'm thinking, and that's what most people are going to think if you don't freaking come out and say something, do something, or make some kind of intervention. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta intervene, because right now it's not going in the angle that you want it to go.
You realize how easily this could have potentially been prevented, or at the very least, the damage been mitigated.
I'll admit, though, it's for some companies, it's actually better that they shut the hell up and don't say nothing, right? This is better. This radio silence is a million times better. A million times better than going out and calling all your fans and audience like incels and all this other BS, right? That's a million times better. But it's still not like that's still not good. It's not good exactly.
There's a general belief right now that it was the Highguard developers who decided to pay top bill to be featured as the big finale of the Game Awards 2025. And we have seen reports before that it can cost quite a bit to feature your game trailer at the Game Awards. So, for example, right here, a game developer article highlighted a report from Kotaku stating that the Game Awards trailers can cost developers up to $1 million to be
We
featured.
saw that in a
60-second
video.
trailer can reportedly cost up to $450,000.
Yeah, we had previously discussed this on a different stream, a different segment to the show. So you know, recommend y'all go check that one out. I think it's already out on my YouTube channel on the VOD. Go drop it a like, a sub, and a comment, so it helps the algorithm. Thank
with
you.
Highguard's reveal from the
also, be sure to play my video nonstop on a loop when you go to bed, so that way I get good views and good stats.
Trailer to Jeff Keighley's announcement being closer to like a little over 4 minutes. People imagine that the Highguard developers paid a couple millions to get that slot. But as it turns out, this decision didn't originate from the Highguard developers. It was actually an offer that was made to them. That's at least based on a report by Paul Tassi from Forbes, who tweeted the following recently, quote, "Have learned that Highguard did not actually pay for the Game Awards finale slot. Was just the show putting it there. It was just Jeff Keighley who decided that, you know, he wants to feature this game as the finale." Paul Tassi apparently heard...
What the hell? I mean, if that's the case and that's true, then that was just a terrible, terrible mistake on Jeff Keighley's part for the show, and a terrible, terrible mistake from the game developers for like putting their like this game when they're not really advertising it, and frankly, when they haven't really gotten the reception that they intended. You know, like with a little bit of, you know, a little bit of testing, a little bit of like firsthand seeing what people think or something, you know, at least a teaser or something. So they kind of set themselves up at like to jump down from a very tall diving board. You get what I'm saying? With a very small target of water, there's a little bucket of water you gotta land into. So it's like, Yeah, maybe you shouldn't have been. Maybe you should have been like, "Ooh, the top spot." Listen, my game's kind of like I love my game, and I have confidence in my game, but I don't have the like. I haven't done the advertising or the teasing or the lead up to it. If you want to talk about a game that had lead up and honestly, in my opinion, deserved the final spot, it would have been Divinity Original Sin 2. Like that flat out would have been my pick for like, especially with the statue. Everyone was guessing what was it about, what was going on with that. That deserved that like monumentous position of the final spot, right?
This from multiple sources. In his article, he said that 2 separate sources have told me that Highguard did not have to pay for that hugely coveted spot at all. Reportedly, showrunner Jeff Keighley just really liked the game and offered it to them. And furthermore, he's not the only individual who's heard this.
If I that would be if I that's actually if that's true, Jeff, I like if I was Jeff and it wasn't true, I'd be offended. If I'm Jeff and it is true, I would feel stupid as hell.
Imran Khan, who's also a games journalist, apparently heard that Highguard didn't need to pay for the spot. And this is essentially Paul Tassi corroborating Imran Khan's report, who kind of reported on this first. Now, I would imagine that this was something that Jeff Keighley discussed with the developers, and the developers were thrilled to get such a coveted slot for free. But the origin of Highguard being featured as the big finale was seemingly, the Game Awards, or, Jeff Keighley, who gets to have a big say in how things are presented during that awards ceremony and that showcase. There are other rumors and reports floating around, like this individual saying, "I've heard it was not the original plan to feature Highguard as the big finale. The original game got delayed and they didn't put it up. So Jeff asked them if they wanted the final slot, and they said yes." So yeah, Jeff thought they were good enough to put last, but still left the decision up to them. And, that to me does make sense. I'm not sure how accurate such...
That's very believable. Very believable. I don't know. I feel like you set yourself up for failure there. You that last spot it very much puts a huge expectation on you. And not for nothing, but unless you're like again some like insane like cult following type like crazy thing like Divinity Original Sin, I feel like you're sort of just like with No Man's Sky, you're setting the bar way too high, and it's healthy to have an ego about your game, right? You definitely want to hype up your game no matter what. Always talk good about it. You want to hype it up. You want to talk like it's the best game ever. It's gonna come out, yada yada. But at the same time, internally, you gotta kind of think in the back of your head, like, "Ooh, are we ready for something like that? Like that's ooh." And if we are, then we gotta follow it up with some like bangers, some hit like some gameplay trailer, some something.
reports are, but that sounds about how things would play out. But I think in Jeff Keighley making that offer, it ultimately doomed the marketing of Highguard.
Yeah.
Because sure, a lot of people laid eyes on Highguard, but what it turned into ultimately was mass ridicule online rather than something that people...
Here's the thing. If it was an amazing trailer, if everything looked good, it wouldn't be mass ridicule. Like, no matter what, the final spot is always going to get mass critique. Mass critique. Even if it's amazing, people are going to talk shit all the time. Guaranteed. Why? Because they wanted something else. They wanted it to be something else.
really
Look at Divinity Original
highly...
Sin 2. Everybody was... well, not everybody, but there were some people that were mad that it wasn't the game that they thought it was going to be.
The anticipant about. There's this saying that goes, there's no such thing as bad publicity, but I would argue that is absolutely not true, especially in the realm of gaming. Gaming takes up so much of people's time and, with monetization money that they can only dedicate to so many experiences. And so, yeah, bad publicity for a live service that will ask you to dedicate dozens upon dozens of hours throughout the course of, days, weeks, months, maybe even years, can be lethal for a live service. And we have seen this happen time and time again with all of the live services that ultimately ended up flopping and shutting down and disappeared from the face of the earth. Like, it requires a special level of like, oh, wow, that looks really cool, for people to detach themselves from the live service that they already play to engage with this new one. And that reveal trailer, unfortunately, just didn't do a good job at that, and it being saved for the final slot raised expectations sky high, and this trailer never had a chance to meet that expectation because nobody knows what Highguard is. It's a brand new IP. Yes, it was made by Titanfall developers and Apex Legends developers, but this game doesn't resemble what people love from those developers, and it happens to be a genre that people have fatigue over that has not generated.
Yeah, the only thing I saw that even closely resembled Titanfall was the parkouring. Again, the mounts being able to ride bears to battle, really cool. If they actually make it play similar to Titanfall, could be cool, could be awesome. But that's again pretty big expectation there.
Been received well, with this kind of having a similar like cycle, marketing cycle to Concord, to the point where people are literally
Do not what loop now?
calling this Concord 2. So yeah, plenty of
Did I say that? Oh,
people
were
are
you talking about
expressing
earlier when I was saying to loop my playlists, my videos, or what?
bafflement online, saying Jeff Keighley honestly thought that was the best spot. And that goes doubly true when you consider that Highguard could have been placed earlier in the show, and one of the previous announcements would have made for a much better big finale, like Star Wars Fate of the Old Republic, or, you know, Control Resonant, you know, whatever. Any one of those more well-known IPs and studios could have made for a big finale that is worthy of that spot, that, you know, potentially meets people's expectations of what that big finale.
There absolutely is an absolute absurd amount of hero shooters at this point, yeah, and extraction shooters. But to be fair, I feel like Arc Raiders kind of proved that even in a completely dominated field, you absolutely can like just show up and dominate the market if you just do it better than everybody else. It's just right. Like I feel like Arc Raiders showed that because me personally, I'm gonna be real with you. I'm sick and tired of extraction shooters. Like I'm just done with them. I'm sick and tired of them. Then Arc Raiders showed up, and I haven't been able to put it down.
Should be. And many people are in agreement, which is why we're seeing comments like Jeff turning Highguard from a quiet flop to a nuclear disaster is so funny to me, like pointing to someone in the crowd who pissed themselves. This garnered tons of views and likes. Someone down here is also talking about how there were so many other announcements that came before Highguard that, you know, they could have swapped places with, and it would have made for a much better big finale.
Yeah, Control Resonance deserves more attention than people are giving it. Okay, because am I the only person that when Control came out and Alan Wake 2 came out, and I was like losing my mind at how like they were interconnected? The entire Alan Wake series and the Control series actually take place in the same universe. And like they technically both have powers, except the lady from Control is actually able, like she knows about them and is actually able to use them. And then once you actually play Control, you actually can play Alan Wake 2, and you actually understand a lot of the story a lot better because of what you learn in Control from like the Secret Organization. It's freaking so cool. And I feel like a lot of people like I have heard absolutely nothing about that. So much so that I might actually make a video about it, honestly.
A much better
But
overall.
if I do that, I would have to go back and play Alan Wake 1 first, because I never played it. I played Control and Alan Wake 2.
Show, and it would have allowed Highguard to not be lambasted for taking up the big finale spot and not living up to that hype. I feel like if that's how things would have taken place, then Highguard would have been given a bit more benefit of the doubt, though I still think there would have been a general sense of disappointment of, oh, this is a game from the devs who worked on Titanfall, only to get like a hero shooter that, you know, don't get me wrong, like gameplay wise, it does look sleek. You know, it's got mobility and it's got shooting mechanics that, you know, are resemblant of something like Titanfall, but it's not in line with what people expect out of an experience from these developers, which is something Titanfall like. This is just not that at all. Instead of something a little more generic, a little more like in line with what live service trends tend to lean towards, you know, it's just another hero shooter. And for you to promote yet another one of those, you really have to stand out. And that trailer ultimately did not. So yeah, for a game that mishandled its marketing so, you know, like epically, people are wondering how are they going to proceed to market this game? Are they gonna just kind of stay quiet and then let the game speak for itself when it launches? and risk that ultimately nobody will really check it out because nobody will know that the game has launched due to a lack of marketing? Or are they planning to do marketing like at the very last minute? The latter might be a potential given what Tom Henderson from Insider Gaming tweeted here, saying you can really tell who got invited to the High Guard event and who didn't with all it takes about its marketing. Now, I don't know if Tom Henderson is saying that in jest or if he's heard from sources that there is, in fact, some kind of.
Yeah, what marketing? There's been one trailer, and literally one and that same trailer is the one that they played at the Game Awards. They haven't said jack. I don't think they have. Well, let's see. Maybe today they've done something different, but I don't think anything else has come out. The top clip isn't even from their freaking official channel. Yeah, still nothing. They're 7 days out from launch, and they still haven't posted anything.
High Guard event ongoing. That's private. That is secretive. That
The janitor in control borrowed my rubber boots. Damn, bro, I don't think you're getting those back. That's it, bro. They're in the other side now. That's done.
Had a couple
you
media
will have
outlets.
To get those old dudes to play a rock song in order to summon them back into your dimension.
And influencers come in, sign an NDA, and only talk about it much closer to launch. But yeah, apparently outlets like Forbes and people like Paul Tassi have not been invited. He doesn't seem particularly broken up about it, saying, oh no, not my High Guard event invite. But yeah, I don't know. There's just not been a whole lot of buzz about the potential of a High Guard event. So who knows? Maybe, everyone's just adhering to, the signed NDA. Or, maybe there's no event at all. But I don't know. For me, I feel like they do have to do some marketing that there would be some kind of High Guard event.
I'm just gonna say it. If there's like a secret High Guard event that's meant to be happening in the next 7 days, pardon my language, children's, cover your ears. Y'all fucked up big time. But let me tell you something right now. Whoever you invite to that party, nobody gives a shit about their opinion. Nobody. Not 7 days out from when the game is coming out. There are 7 days left for this game to come out. If you're throwing an event, nobody cares what's happening at that event. Nobody. Nobody cares what trailer you release. Nobody cares who's there to discuss it. If there's journalists there to get hands-on gameplay and talk about it, nobody cares. Not 7 days out. Nobody's gonna start budgeting their money last freaking minute for this freaking game. Are you kidding me? No.
So close to launch, so I feel like there might be some validity to Tom Henderson's claims here. And if
there's a massive event with massive trailers and gameplay and all this other stuff, way too late in the game's release schedule.
Indeed the case, then High Guard's entire fate is riding on the feedback of that event. If that is something that is happening, if the feedback from people who've played the game at this alleged event isn't overwhelmingly positive, High Guard is going to be dead on arrival with the kind of lack of interest and negative optics that the game is currently facing. And so this is a very risky proposition, what they're doing here. This kind of marketing tactic, like it feels like they're trying to replicate what they did with Apex Legends, where they literally shadow dropped it, didn't have a whole lot of marketing for it, and then people got to check it out and, do some early coverage for it and stream it and all these things. And it did end up blowing up, but Apex Legends did.
Yeah, Apex Legends was 110% riding on the coattails of the Titanfall series. That's like, I feel like that more than enough gave them that gave them a good first step.
Come at a time when Battle Royale was a very popular,
it pretty much guaranteed a good first impression no matter what, right?
Genre, and that was a big thing, and people were curious about this new one and how it differentiates itself from the others. And
yeah,
the fact
plus
that
it was Apex, which was one of the mercenary groups from the video game. One of the more interesting mercenary groups from the video game. So people were hyped just to get to learn a little bit more about the mercenary group, the bad guys quote unquote the bad guys from the video games.
Come from EA and Titanfall
Yeah,
developers that
Apex
it
was
came from
amazing.
Respawn bolstered it.
But why was Apex amazing? Because it was Titanfall. They just made a like awards. They just made a battle royale, right? Like it was already good. People went to Apex because they wanted more Titanfall, and that's what they got. They got Titanfall again, but in a battle royale. Highguard doesn't have that leg to stand on.
Because that's a known studio. Highguard is not quite in that same position to be able to pull something like that and expect similar results.
Now that being said, if they do pull it off, it's going to be very impressive. You know what I mean? But I'm not really seeing that vibe right now.
It is from Titanfall devs, but the development studio is brand new. And then the genre that it's currently tackling is not at the level of popularity that, say, like Battle Royales were when Apex Legends launched. Hero shooters are not quite the big thing that it once used to be. It's still pretty big, but it is also now very saturated.
Again, though, Arc Raiders has proved that you can absolutely show up and dominate the scene if you do it better. So it's still possible, right? Still definitely possible, because I was dead. Me personally, I was dead tired of this. I never thought I was going to play another extraction shooter anytime soon.
And so anything short of overwhelmingly positive feedback surrounding Highguard will ultimately yield in Highguard not being interesting enough to the masses and not being a curiosity and not being enough of a curiosity for people to like check this game out. Though who knows, maybe we'll start seeing rollout of marketing just like a day or two before the game's launch that will potentially convince people that there's more to Highguard than the trailer showed and then meets the eye. Maybe they will show some things that will kind of impress us, that will make us curious enough to check this game out, and maybe that will lead to a snowball effect of people eventually coming to Highguard and giving it a chance and maybe having more fun than they thought they would with this title. But right now, everything is really disconcerting when it comes to the narrative surrounding Highguard.
Wait, shoot, if the first couple of people come out like, well, this thing was the most amazing thing in the universe, right? A good underdog story is always great. Like people love a good underdog story, so that could work too. That could work too. It really depends on how good the game is, right? At the end of the day, they kind of set themselves up for that, where you're gonna have to do a lot of the game itself is gonna have to do a lot of the carrying, and very little is gonna go to the actual advertisement.
When it comes to the lack of marketing surrounding Highguard and the fact that the only marketing we've gotten from Highguard since its announcement is the Game Awards posting this just 1 week until the release of Highguard. The Game Awards is doing all the marketing for Highguard, and Highguard itself has done none of it. I mean, it's a bold strategy if they're confident that just kind of dropping this without a whole lot of marketing and only marketing it a day or two before launch and relying on impressions from events will be enough to make this free-to-play title a successful enough live service that it can.
I've wanted to pickle my own chicken for a while, but I don't know exactly how they do it, so I just sort of go buy Chick-fil-A instead.
Financially be maintained, you know,
that's what
that
I heard.
it will allow
for enough
engagement from players, for monetization to flow at a large enough scale that it allows for this free-to-play live service to make its money back and then some. But I think this is the wrong way to go about promoting a game that is this brand new, that is this unknown, that comes from such an unknown studio, and that garners such negative reception when it was first announced. But at the end of the day, I don't know what's going to happen. Only time will tell. I do wish the game well. I hope it surprises us. I hope it's a lot better than people think it is right now. But they need to show that, you know, and they're just not.
I kind of wonder if it's free to play, because if it's free to play, it's definitely going to go a long way to getting people to actually try it out and see if they actually do like it or enjoy it.
And to me, this close to launch, very disconcerting. I don't know that this marketing strategy will end up working out, but maybe the game is so exceptional and they're so confident that the developers that they don't feel the need to market the game more than they intend to much closer to launch. But we'll find out how all of this pans out. But that's one man's take. I'd love to hear what your thoughts and opinions are on everything surrounding Highguard right now in the comments below. And to be further updated on all things gaming news, reviews, and discussions, stay tuned right here on Young Yeah. I'll see you guys next time. Young out.
Absolutely phenomenal video. I will say this is going to be an amazing study for this game. We have a week until it releases. It's going to be an amazing study to see whether genuinely a game that has absolutely no reputation, no sort of on the scene, like people don't have a knowledge of it existing on the scene before it. Like besides, like the developers have a good reputation in the past. We'll see how much their reputation sort of like precedes them. Would be the best way to say that. Like we'll see how much their reputation affects the sales of this game. I don't know if I feel like a lot of people nowadays, not even necessarily because of who is this Respawn Entertainment, not even because of their fault, but the fault of a lot of other games in the past. People are sort of very defensive and very thoughtful now about like the games that they buy. If anything, they're a lot more mistrusting now of older studios because they've been screwed over so much by the studio basically being bought by a bigger company, firing the whole staff, and then bringing in some brand new staff that sort of changes everything, right? So people are just fatigued on that level. Funny thing is, the second time I've heard about High Guard, and both I think last time Asma was talking about it, nobody talked about High Guard because there's no ads. Yeah, at the bare minimum, there should have been like a follow up gameplay video or something, right? After taking the top spot at the Game Awards. I don't know, but it is true. I didn't even think about that. Like Young Ye said, they technically did sneak drop or shadow drop uh uh freaking Apex. So maybe they're kind of hoping they can do it again. It'll be a good study. We'll see what happens. Depending on what happens here, it'll really say a lot about like the developer's reputation and sort of the power that the top spot at the Game Awards can really have, either to make a game or to break a game, right? Because let's be honest, that's kind of what it's gonna be. It'll come down to. Because especially if they're not advertising anything, right? If they're not advertising anything, it just sort of feels like y'all are really hedging your bets on this Game Awards spot. But who knows? Maybe I mean, it's for the sound of it. If they got it for free, it could be that they really did plan to shadow drop it from the very beginning. So the Game Awards spot was like just a bonus for them. So who knows? Maybe it's some 4D checker rules. I'm gonna go ahead and post a video on Discord. Please be sure to go drop a like, go drop a sub, go drop all that good stuff. Monodachi's a comment as well, so the algorithm knows that you like Yang stuff. It looks like their strategy is working. Uh, to get attention, yes, 100% their strategy is working to get attention. But that doesn't really like make me take my wallet out, does it? Like I'm just saying, there's a lot of games right now that I want to buy, and I haven't, me personally, I haven't even like thought about like High Guard being in that list of like games I'm buying soon. Like as far as like games that I know for a fact that I'm like, ooh, that's on my list of games to buy, right? Like obviously Arc Raiders, duh. Even though Expedition 33, I'm not really like I already beat like I've already played the game on stream. It was through Xbox Game Pass, which I canceled. So I'm gonna go back and buy that game and play it on stream again. But there were other games at the Game Awards as well that you sort of like mentally you're like, oh, I'm definitely buying that. The Lara Croft remakes, right? Tomb Raider. I feel like I'm gonna buy those. So already mentally, I'm like, ah, damn, I'm gonna have to. How much money am I gonna spend on that game? Damn, I gotta think about. Like you start to already think about like stuff like that. When I saw High Guard, or anytime High Guard's mentioned, I don't really find myself being like, oh, that's that game that everyone was talking about. Oh, dude, I can't wait to buy that. Unless it's free to play, then my entire argument goes out the window. Forget what I said. That's a W. That's a lot of attention, and absolutely it will gain a lot of people, even if it's just to hate play the game. Like to hate on it, they're gonna try it out, and if it's good, they'll come back and keep playing it. They will. There was a lot of people complaining about Marvel Rivals and how the ladies are too sexy and whatnot, but they still keep coming back, don't they? They keep coming back, don't they? Okay, we're gonna move on, Monodachis. Please go drop Yage a like and a sub and all that good stuff. Very dark. Moving on to more game news. More, there's actually gonna be a little bit funnier gaming news. I heard about this game, and I genuinely thought that once they got enough like attention or negative press, they would just like realize how stupid it was and like give up on the idea. But it seems like no, they're dedicated to doubling down. So there is a video game for those who are unaware, uninitiated. Sorry, let me put myself back to my normal place. Now the young gay's not gonna be in the. Alright, cool. So there's this game. I even forgot the name until, but it's called Reeluded, as you can see here, where basically you play a you just you. I'm just gonna say it. You just play a black thief. Like you're a black person and you're a thief. You just steal shit. That's like the entire game. There's no. That's it. You just steal shit from white people, and it's just like, how is that not the most racist shit I've ever seen? Like, who thought this was a good idea? Like, Thief Simulator already exists. That's a game. You can play Thief Simulator already. That like you don't need to play. Like, if you wanted to make a game about robbing shit, you could have like Thief Simulator exists, where you go and you just like rob shit and like sell it, right? If you want to be like, oh, but like it's like why like steal from the rich, give to the poor type shit. Well, we already have Sly Cooper, right? You could like they sort of went with the animals so that there was no need to like go into race, no need to talk about like it's just like you know anthropomorphic animals. Like there's just a million different ways to do this, but they just had to make it pretty pretty obviously about race.
Reeluded is one of the most ridiculous concepts we have seen from a game for a long time.
And these are the people that supposedly are meant to be like pro minorities and pro modern audience, right?
real African artifacts that were stolen by Westerners in a heist game. So, yes, black people are thieves. And of course, these developers have not taken the response to this title very well. There has been a lot of backlash, there have been a lot of memes. They are melting.
Oh yeah, you gotta mention how strong and independent you are. Yeah, while you're stealing
Down
things
on their Steam discussions pages. They are freaking out by silencing people, and the new trailer is also being ratioed. I have a few different things to show off, but before I get into the topic, if you enjoy the content I create, check out the links in the description, join the community in my live streams, and consider supporting through Patreon or YouTube memberships. Now, a couple of months back, we actually saw the demo for this release, and a lot of people thought that was the full launch and that it just came and went, but that's not the case. It now really.
Hey, I gotta be honest. I didn't even look at the demo. I saw the concept, laughed my ass off, and then sort of just moved on with my life. I had no idea there was a demo. I kind of want to try it now.
Weeks, everybody is
I really want to try it now,
and the developers are not taking.
Maybe them to pulling like doing this stunt was actually like because now I want to try it.
It's so well, and I understand.
It's another 4D checkers move.
Of time and work and effort into something, you feel protective of it. You want to defend it, right? You want people to see it the way you do. But at the same time, calling people ists and phobes and then silencing your critics by locking down their posts, banning them from forums is not a good look. So yes, if you don't know what it is, it says reclaim real African artifacts from Western museums in this African futurist heist game, recruit crew members, plan escape routes, acquire the precious cargo, and bounce out of the joint as fast as you can. So yes, it is a game that is essentially black people stealing. That's not a good look for.
Hell yeah, excuse me, it's black people reclaiming artifacts. Okay, they're reclaiming it. All right, just because they sell it for money and then become rich doesn't mean it's not reclaiming.
For these
you see, it's owed to them, obviously.
We're trying to be stunning and brave, in my opinion. You think we're racists for, I don't know, making a few jokes or saying this game looks bad, but
where are they gonna relocate them? I don't know any museum in Africa. I just assumed they were gonna keep them, like, cause screw it. Like, I guess if you're black, you're just owed artifacts, cause why not?
But really,
you're owed the artifacts so much that you have to go steal them.
you are the racist for even creating a concept like this. In my opinion, hey, I'm not saying they can't make it. They're perfectly fine to, but that also means that I'm allowed to point and laugh, and a lot of people are doing
Oh
that.
yeah, absolutely. And the reason why I point to laugh at this, by the way, is because you have to see like how this works in other spectrums of like the world, where we have, and this is actually a more recent thing. So there are actually a lot of like Chinese artifacts in the British Museum. A lot of them pretty much it's pretty much like widely recognized that a lot of artifacts, specifically from certain dynasties, would have been destroyed by the current CCP if the British Museum basically like did not preserve them or steal them, take them. I don't care. Call it whatever the hell you want. Like they if they stole it, then they stole it. Who cares? Call it whatever the hell you want. Point is, the freaking British have it now, right? You don't got it, they got it. It doesn't matter how the frick it happened. Point is that they're protecting the damn thing, and as long as it's kept safe, then that's all that really matters, right? So it's like one of those things where it's like y'all really want to act like this is a terrible thing, but then you have like look at the I don't want to misquote where it was, but very recently there was a terrorist organization that blew up a lot of statues in the Middle East, and because it didn't follow the current the current leader's faith, so they just started blowing them all up. It sucks. It's terrible, and there's freaking absolutely nothing we can do about it. And so it's like, listen, yeah, in a perfect world, the actual ancestors would keep the artifacts, but in reality, they're not going to take care of it, right? Like they just aren't. There's obviously certain establishments around the world. Doesn't matter where they are or where they're located, but there are establishments that care about these artifacts and want to preserve them. Genuinely want to preserve them, not just keep them in a museum, and then who knows, maybe when the government changes one day, they'll want to just blow it up because it doesn't follow the politics of the current era. That sucks. I hate that. I don't like that. Nobody should be like for that. And let's be honest, in real life, if anybody goes and steals these artifacts, they're not gonna freaking steal them and give them back to Africa. They're gonna steal them and sell them on the black market for money. It's just freaking hilarious to see them trying to like, this is just another version of the what is it, the one where they're like where it's like literally a superpower to tell people that you're offended by something. Oh, that's a microaggression.
Right now.
Remember that
So
one?
this is the
Where your
official
superpower is to get offended?
trailer
I
on
forgot the name.
YouTube that was
Dustborn. The Dustborn. Where your superpower was that you could get offended if somebody says something insensitive.
posted 2 days ago. It's at 6.5k views, 159 likes to 591 dislikes. Not going
I'm surprised there's that much people who actually took the time to go to the trailer.
over well. And one of the previous uploads from 7 months ago, the main trailer on the Epic Games YouTube account has 61,000 views, 987 likes to 7.6k dislikes. There are thousands of comments saying, creates a game meant to represent Africans. It's a game about looting. South Park couldn't make a parody this good.
I just can't.
We was Ludas.
I just can't. This game is about representing black people. What do? You steal things. Oh. Oh. Oh, okay. Come on. Who? I need to know. Not related. Damn, of course they don't have a who made the game? Let's support. I'm sorry. I just read all of this, and it was a whole lot of. Listen, there's South Africans, there's Pan Africans, there's all these from Kenya, Ghana, Ethiopia, Zimbabwe, and then all of a sudden at the end, with support from Western publishers. Okay, who are these Western publishers? I need to see this. This is the actual studio. Okay, okay, you know what? Surprisingly diverse. I'm not gonna lie, surprisingly diverse. Okay, a lot less colored hair than I imagined. I'll be completely honest. All right, okay, interesting, interesting. I
And
just got the only reason I bring it up is because it's like not a single one of these like I just sort of wanted to see the faces. Not a single person here thought to themselves, "Are we sure we want to make a game that represents black people about robbing and stealing and looting? Are we sure that that's the image we want to paint about like where Africans are gonna like what Africans are gonna be doing in the future? Is that where Africa's headed? They're just gonna be stealing shit. That's where black people are gonna be doing in the future. Got it. Understood. Because don't forget, this is a game about African futurists stealing shit.
but they have posted the new trailer. It was reposted over on X, and well, the response
Bro
is
said this
exactly
shit that
what
they the smoking ganja and playing basketball are included in the game. Yeah, that's actually gonna be the DLC.
you would
That's gonna be
expect it
the skins. You can buy the skins, a part of the battle pass. You get
to
you
be.
get the weed bucket
IGN
head,
said get
bucket
another
hat.
look at Relooted, and it launches February 10th, which I hate myself. And so
I can't wait for the trailers to play hip hop instead of any African music.
I guess I'll stream it. People have asked me. I am a woman of the people, a gamer of the people. If
I'm
you
sure as hell not putting money down for this, but if y'all want to see me stream the demo, I'm so down.
guys want to
I'm
see
down
it,
to play the
it
demo.
surely can't be as bad as Dustborn, right, guys? I hated that game. But gamers are saying, guess what? I'm streaming this day. What I legitimately think
That's
the
the
only
best
sales are
part, by
going
the
to get
way.
are from the
The best part about this is that it's gonna be black people that are gonna be like trashing this the most. At least the real ones are.
5 modern audience members, and then people streaming it to point and laugh at it. Which, hey, these developers should be
And I don't mean
grateful.
real as in real black people. I mean real as in they're real. Like the person itself is not fake. That's just sorry. I should
It's a
clarify
couple
that.
more sales.
That's LA lingo. That might not translate well. You call your boys a real one if they like they're always real with you and they're not fake. They're not phony.
Than they could have expected from the modern audience, but if it's going to be a financial success for them, we'll have to wait and see, but I highly doubt it. Woke trash, no thanks. Devs were like, this is gonna
This is empowerment. What you see here is empowerment, you see.
be empowering. This game is perfect. So
Stop,
much
bro.
irony to unpack.
Okay, who wants to help me? Genuinely, if anybody out there knows anything about game development, please help me make a lawn mowing service simulator. But like, it's gonna be all about empowering Mexicans. Like, hell, like I need somebody to help me make this. It's gonna be like a lawn. It's gonna be like a lawnmower simulator, right? Like, but I want to make it legit. Like it's gonna be like stupid, hella racist as hell towards Mexicans, right? But also it's gonna be funny. Like I also want you to be able to use like all that shit that those like people like those YouTube videos that fool be making where he like lawns like he mows people's lawns for free. Yeah, these fools, like the people that be like, and like they be doing like all the exaggerated, like they be using all those tools.
So I
you
noticed
know?
your lawn was kind of getting long.
Like they be using all these
these
freaking
stairs are-
tools
So I
that
noticed your lawn
like
was
to,
kinda
to
getting
get the
long.
edges and shit. Like,
I was
like, look,
sidewalking curb that I have ever seen. You live in this dispenser with SB mowing, and I found
My
the
bro got a
worst
shovel. I'm
sidewalking
like, what the
curb
hell?
that
Oh,
I
that's
have
smart.
ever
I should
seen.
use my shovel to
You
do
literally
shit like
couldn't
that.
even see the concrete underneath.
But then he got like
I
this
spent
tool that
all
like
day
cuts the
removing
grass and the
overgrowth
dirt. Like,
and
what
got
the
to weigh
hell?
my truck before and after dropping off to be composted. It turned out to be just over 2
And I thought it was a weed whacker that he just like turned to the side, but it's not. It's like something else. And I'm like, what the fudge? Anyway, point is, let me know. Let me know if y'all want to make like a Mexican lawnmower simulator. It's for to empower Mexicans, obviously, to empower Mexicans. Not obviously.
Here, and of course, I'm not triggered over the
My
concept
people need a game just like this one to show our side of history.
of this game. People can make whatever they want.
In the future, in the cyberpunk far future, it's gonna be a bunch of Mexicans mowing your lawn, and like the aliens are gonna try to stop you from mowing the lawn, but like you can't let them, you know.
But I'm sure that there are even going to be wokies that are furious over this concept because of how ridiculous it sounds. When you realize that black
And like every 2 hours in game, a lonchera passes by, and like if you go get tacos, you get like power ups for like an hour in game. You know what I mean? So it's like, oh damn, you got the taco power up. So now when you like whenever you like go to pull the chain on the lawnmower, it actually activates on the first pull. You know, like stuff like that. Oh, this is a good game, bro. This is actually
sci-fi
genius.
power fantasies
Hold
are
on, I'm
about
cooking right
stealing,
now.
but with gadgets. This has to be a black game studio because no way a European wrote this down on paper and said, "Yeah, let's develop this." Can't
we can
wait
make
for the
this work.
servers to shut down. GNC
And like you could like upgrade your lawnmower, like you know what I mean? Like you gotta start off with the lawnmower that like has like a short cable, so you can buy like an extension for the cable, so you can actually like mow all the bigger lawns. But then like later on, you can even upgrade to a battery powered lawnmower or like a gas powered lawnmower, you know, or like the electric one. So you could like one lasts longer, but one does the job faster. Like oh damn, I'm like you need to like pick and choose which one to use. Bro, this is gonna be a good game. You know, I don't even understand like just how good this lawnmower this Mexican awareness video game is gonna be.
A game about blacks looting, laughing my ass off when woke retards try so hard. They end up being based, hey, let's make a game with all black characters. How progressive, what are they gonna do? Well, steal stuff, of course. And because gamers have had a lot to say on this title, they've taken to the Steam forums, and I had talked about this previously, but back in July when one of the other
Mexican alien, space alien, whatever. Just as long as they mow my lawn, cheap.
trailers had released.
No. It's the aliens from outer space that are like trying to like invade and take the job from the Mexicans. So it's like aliens versus aliens, you know?
Were locking down tons of threads, really going out of their way to silence people, as you can see here. Is anyone genuinely offended by this?
And then like the money you earn, you can go back and like you spend it at your farm, at the house, at your garden. Like, cause you can like keep bees or like grow jalapenos and like other cool stuff, you know, or like keep chickens at your house, you know, like so you go and mow lawns to upgrade your house, your garden.
All irony. I've seen political YouTubers or grifters claim that the game's premise is racist. They locked that down because
and like the aliens, they'll try to abduct your chickens and shit. You gotta like stop them.
Debate on it. Who thought this was a good idea? Take a few moments to sit down, relax, and think about this. You made a game revolving around the idea of black people stealing things. What gave you the impression this was a good game?
You don't understand just how like I can make this real good chat. Like these are some great ideas. All right, you could install like a maca, you know, like one of those those like beds. To like, and if you install that, you get like a bonus to rest, bonus XP bonus. You know, whenever you're working in your garden.
To pitch to the market. People's jobs are at stake. Honestly, the character design is low-key atrocious, but now, in the modern time of 2026, they are not locking a lot of threads down, but what they are doing is they are trying to debate on these threads. I don't know why they think this is a good idea. Somebody said, get over it. The reason Western museums have so many one-of-a-kind
You said the local police, they could fight the local police. Oh my goodness, at some point there's like, we could do a DLC, you're right. Local police has a list of predators, so we could pit them together. There's gonna be a patch where it's like, oh, the local The local PDF files escape, so it's aliens versus predators. You gotta like help stop them.
Facts is because the countries they were looted from had zero respect for their historical
They'll
value.
like try to get like work from you. Like they'll try to apply for a job, and you gotta like catch them and be like, oh no, you're not a real alien. You a predator. Bam, get rid of them.
Sorry, the mean
Straight to
old
jail.
white man decided history was worth preserving. And the developers responded with, got any source for that claim? Many of the artifacts in
You know, like you'll be asking him questions during the job interview, like. So what do you think about mowing lawns? And he'll be like as long as there's kids around, you're like, oh, I don't like this guy. You know, straight to jail. Like you like bam,
looted
done.
were taken from
It's kind of like the
thriving
interview scene in like Five Nights at Freddy's when you're like checking the robots to make sure that they're not working, like that.
existing civilizations who deeply
And if you're not
treasure-
careful, the PDF file, like if you mess it up and don't do it right, the PDF file diddles you. Like you gotta you can't mess it up.
them. So unless you have sources to speak to your claim in a way that relates to the artifacts and relooted, or at least the demo, your claim is inaccurate. Now, I haven't played the game, obviously, and I really don't want to, but that's beside the point. So I don't know what artifacts they are going to highlight within this title.
That's gonna
but
be like
yeah,
a whole
there
other
is
DLC, kind of like Open the Door. You know that game?
relevance and like basis.
But they're trying to get a
for
job
this
from you, yeah.
claim that Western museums simply had gotten their start because they wanted to preserve history. I'm not saying that's always the case. There have always been people that have wanted to make money off of history and, ooh, we have these really cool pieces. But there are and were a lot of historians who simply wanted to do their best to preserve history. I don't know what their point actually is here. Like, oh my gosh, prove your claim. Why don't you prove your claim first? Are you going to put out an article talking about the historical accuracy and showing each and every artifact that's in your game and how you did research for it?
I also love how they're talking about most of them were taking from thriving. What did she say? From thriving existing civilizations who deeply treasured them. Yeah, that's why we're constantly seeing them getting blown up and destroyed, right? Obviously, the Aztecs really care. We care a lot about our stolen artifacts. Obviously,
Best to preserve history. I don't know what their point actually is here. Like, oh my gosh, prove your claim. Why don't you prove
yeah.
your
There's so many of these civilizations were thriving and deeply treasured. So many that you can't name a single freaking one, can you?
claim first? Are you going to put out an article talking about the historical accuracy and showing each and every artifact that's in your game and how you did research for it? Probably not. People were talking about
It's like I don't even care what the hell like y'all can discuss the whole artifacts, whether they did it. I don't care, bro. Like it's just like when it's like when countries invade other countries and take over the country. It's like, yeah, it's bad. Like it's messed up because there was a lot of loss of life, but that's just theirs now. Like, what the hell are you gonna do about it, right? Like, it's there. They took it. You want it back? Go to war with them. If not, shut the hell up. Like it's over. Like it. But nobody cares about that. That's not even a problem, right? That's a different discussion. Like the only thing I'm going at is the fact that like how the hell are we trying to lift up black people by making a game about stealing shit? Like it's just like from a like who that nobody just sat there and thought about it for 2 seconds. Like maybe not. Maybe we do something different.
how this game is going to be coming out soon, and the developer said
Like
y'all could start with
nobody is discussing the artifacts conversation. Nobody on like the normal space, right? There's some people that are gonna try to find anything or any way to defend the game, and people who are gonna try to find any way to hate on the game. But everybody is laughing at the fact that you made a game about stealing shit, and the whole premise is that it's all Africans and black people, right? Like
the ones in the demo if you want to research it. Somebody said, I don't want to personally double your player count by playing the demo, and they said that's okay, you can play it, we won't tell anyone, the knowledge is all in the game, which you can go play right now. If you aren't interested in playing the demo, at least why are you in the Steam forums of said game, lol? And they made a very good point. what is their player count? They aren't going to tell anyone. Well, they're not going to tell anyone because there's nobody to tell. As you can see on their Steam charts, the demo got a whopping 22 players 4 months ago peak. The
Damn, bro. That's that modern audience right there, bro.
4-hour peak is 6. And in the demo right now are a whopping 4 players. To put that
Yeah, that doesn't count. That's their cute. That's their quality control team. That's that's the quality control team checking the game for bugs, so it doesn't count.
into perspective,
Did we see
just
any
so
gameplay or
everybody
trailer yet? I think they did release. Well, they released a demo, so it absolutely is.
is aware, if we head
I'm
back
so down to play the demo.
on over to the IGN post, it has
We could get the player count to 5.
600,000 views. I know a lot of the comments are people trolling and memeing, but you are telling me out of the 600,000 views that this got, the best you could do in 24 hours is 6 players. If companies ever need an example of why they should not market to the modern audience, I would show them this Steam chart, because clearly the people you're trying to pander to either A, don't exist, or B, just don't give a fuck about games.
And that's the thing. If this modern audience does exist, okay, fine, they exist. Not a single one of them is actually buying the games that you keep defending. They bitch and moan on Twitter all day and all night, but they don't actually go and buy the games. Nobody's buying the games. It would be different if people actually bought the games. Then but no. And me personally, I just like unless the game is actually entertaining or fun, I don't care.
Maybe
I'm a very simple monkey. Y'all can just go back and watch all the games we've played on the channel. I'm a very simple monkey. I like, you just give me space, aliens, zombies, swords, force multipliers. You know, like, it's not like a very simple. What Daddy Trejo said it best. Oh my goodness, I have to show you. Daddy Trejo is one of the greatest. The 3 Bs. Oh, the 4B. Okay, got it. I love this.
Rods, blood, and bullets. That's what it takes to make a great movie. You have to have.
Oh, see, there's 3 Bs that time, but he literally changes his answer every time. I love it.
Bullets, blood, blades, and babes. And we got all 4.
Hell yeah, baby.
You
That's
have to
all you
have
need.
4 Bs.
And I'm there
in a
every
movie to
time.
make it excellent. You have to have bullets, bloods, bombs, and babes. I honestly believe that you have to have the 4 Bs in order to make a good movie. That's broads, bullets, bloods, and blades.
Yes! Daddy Trejo's an absolute treasure. I love him. Oh. Oh, the Turkey Tom thing. We're gonna be checking out a video on that whole situation a little bit later. But we're doing that to
and
stream,
gamers will actually show up, but you got a whopping 6 players out of 600k views. That has got to be the biggest failure I have seen in a long time. And hey, listen, when I stream it, maybe 1 or 2 of my audience members will buy it too. Maybe they'll support it. I don't know. Maybe we can get that player count to 23, but I highly doubt that this is going to come out and be a smashing success. And really, in a time where the developers need as much help as they can get, they're only making everything look significantly worse for themselves. As I say, every time I criticize a game and a developer, if they ever wanted to sit down with me, have a conversation, clarify, give me their thoughts, actually act like adults, and talk about their game, I would be more than willing to do that. My platform is open to them. My platform is open to anybody in this industry that wants to have a discussion. But will they? Absolutely not so. I will be keeping my eye on Reloaded, and hey, I might be one of the 23 players that actually plays the full release in case you...
And that's the thing, right? It really feels like the vast majority of people just want the echo chamber, right? they don't actually want to discuss anything about the game. They just want to be told that what you're doing is correct and that you're a hero and that you're morally doing something for the people or something like that. Like, but it's like, all right, but all right, but what about like the actual game itself, right? Like, is like it's hilarious that you made a game about black people stealing. But if the game is actually hella fun, right? Again, this could totally work. Who knows? I am so down to try the demo. So down.
You are just dying to see what this
But
experience
truly, like when it comes to actually discussing the topic of like why did you decide to do this? Like, isn't it like doesn't it make more sense in some cases for like for artifacts to be preserved outside of the country that they're from? Like nobody would want to have these discussions because they don't want to hear a different opinion. They want the modern audience, which typically tends to, whenever they say modern audience, let's be honest, they tend to mean my target is not the modern audience. My target is everybody who thinks like me, right? That's what I normally hear anytime someone says the modern audience.
entails, and I'm sure chat is going to be
But they still get their salaries. Those devs don't work for profit. Yeah. Like that's the thing, right? Is that a lot of the times, and like that's one of those things that I will sometimes find a little bit scummy, specifically when it comes to games like Dustborn, where it's like y'all took like tax dollars, y'all took federal funding or government funding from the British or whatever UK government to make this game, to push this like agenda or whatever the freak, and it's just kind of like, oh, okay, like you have a message to tell, but it just happens to be that your message comes with a fat paycheck at the end of the day. You know what I mean? And you just happen to be. It's like whenever you see all these people that push socialist or communist politics, but at the same time ask for donations. It's like, ooh, isn't that a little capitalist of you though?
insane during that time. But yeah, I mean, this game is.
But they don't want to talk about that, right? They no, just let me keep talking about what the good thing is, the good message is. I don't have to actually follow the good message. I just have to talk about the good message.
Dead on arrival. It is not going to get a high player count. Nobody is really that interested in it, and really it is just meme fodder at this point. But that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comments below if you found this important and
But I'm just saying, I'm just gonna say this, right? Like, you don't see Relooted advertising a famous African museum. You don't see them discussing, oh, hey, if you buy the game, a percentage of the game is going to go towards helping build a museum in Africa, so that potentially that museum someday could purchase the artifact back from the British Museum. You know what I mean? Like, there's never a discussion about actually going to Africa and improving the place, or doing anything really, like Mr. Beast going to build wells. Like, there's always just like, hey, you should give us all the credit for talking about how how we should be better, but we're not. Okay, cool. But nobody actually goes and does anything about it. That's what's so annoying about these like video games.
informative. Make sure to give it a
That
like,
try to, like,
share,
give you a
and subscribe
message.
to the channel. And if you didn't, give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I'll talk to you all again in the next video really soon.
Hey, I kind of want to try out the demo. We could potentially push that game to 20 to 25. Hell, like they might actually get like double digits concurrent players. Like that's a pretty good goal. Frankly, I get excited whenever I get double digits in my YouTube videos. Personally, right? That's a pretty good goal to start off. Like it's not bad. It's not bad at all. Please be sure to go drop Veridark a like, go drop a sub, all that good stuff. Morodachis. I would be down to try out the demo at some point. I'll try. Like if we do play it, it's gotta be before the game launches, right? So it's gotta be soon, sometime soon. I don't know when the game's dropping. Let me check on Steam real quick. Is it actually on Steam? Oh yeah. Yep, there fully is a
A friend of mine, Bruna, needs an unusual item retrieved. Mangi Meli's skull.
Meli was a leader of the Chaka people in Moshi and resisted German expansion in Tanzania.
He was hanged and then decapitated. His head was sent to Germany to be phrenologically studied.
Is that guy South African, or how come there's a white guy there? What's he doing here? Why is he here?
Let's make them true.
Your way in.
Isn't it weird how we never see the white Africans? We only see black Africans in these games that want to like show off Africa.
Thanks.
I guess if your skin color doesn't actually look African, then you're not actually African, or what?
Sign me to.
Righty. Say when.
So it's like a stealing parkour. Are you serious? So it's black people stealing and being athletic. That's the game?
Let's bring those.
It's literally just stealing and parkour. Got it. Okay, understood. Reclaim real African artifacts from Western museums in this African futurist heistscape. Recruit crew members, plan escape routes, acquire the precious cargo, and bounce out of the joint. What is this freaking what? Bounce out of the joint as fast as you can. Hello, fellow kids. I too am Black African man from LA. I too am from the hood. Okay, well, phenomenal. We'll try out the demo. For sure on stream. I think that'll be a good time. Good time all around. Alright. I went ahead and linked Veritark's video. Go and check it out. Yo, my fellow black persons! Let's go ahead and bounce out of his house. And out onto the pavement. Yeah. Alright, let's move on. Alright, I want to make sure we get this before I... Okay, cool. So we can do this, a freaking, a video, there's a video in response to this situation, and then we can do the Turkey Tom files. The Turkey Tom files. Dun dun dun. Alright, let's go, baby. This is, I don't actually know if this is the official channel or what the fudge this is, but whoever Stale 2000 is, just, I guess, thank you for uploading the video. If this is not the original uploader, if it is the original uploader, then thank you for creating this video, because this is just a masterpiece. Oh my goodness. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you, as stated at the very top comment here, a biblically accurate Reddit moderator. That is correct. What you are seeing here is the literal avatar, the representation of Reddit moderator made into flesh. This is made into flesh. This is the real avatar of Reddit moderators. Let's get into it.
Spez, Mr. CEO of Reddit.
Oh,
I hope you have received. Hello, Spez, Mr.
Hello,
CEO
Spez.
of Reddit. I hope you have received this.
Mr. CEO of Reddit, bro, he talks. He speaks like a Reddit, but I can't. This is too perfect. Oh, this must. I feel like it's a Christmas all over again. It's January, but it feels like it feels like December again. Hello, Mr. CEO, if that is your real name. Like, that's the only thing missing, right?
Public video that I have created and sent to you via your email. If not,
Oh,
I
is
hope
this a
anybody
public video you created? Thanks for letting me know. I used my brain to figure that one out 2 seconds before you explained it.
who cares about the topic in this video can get this to him in any way that you can. This video is about a topic of deadly seriousness, and that
Oh.
is of Reddit moderation and the state of your platform. But first, some background. I'm Brian, or Stale 2000,
Ryan. Is that with a Y or with a IA?
or Tarot Card.
It doesn't actually matter, but I for some reason it's funnier to me if it's Brian with a Y.
I was the top moderator of your #1 gaming subreddit, r/livestreamfail, before I was recently removed from that position by the Reddit Code of Conduct team. I became a
Oh, so that's why he's mad. Got it. It's a classic. They took my job. God damn it, took my job. They took my job.
Reddit moderator for what?
All right, you know what? Listen, I have to listen to it one time. I just love it. I love the sound of. I love that sound so much. They took our jobs. They took our jobs. No, we can't watch a whole freaking long clip. Give me a freaking little.
All right, fine. Never mind. We don't want to hire you.
You're gonna take my job? They took my job!
They took my job! Okay, got it. Okay, understood.
One reason. And that is because I think that Reddit communities and correspondingly its moderators have massive power and influence, and for some reason, nobody seems to
Oh, okay. Reddit moderators have massive power and influences.
notice, care, or take this seriously. Least of all, its moderators or the company. In this video, I will go over why I believe this, and I will also talk about a code of conduct moderation action that was taken against me due to good faith mistakes that I believe were caused by a clear lack of.
Wait, what do you mean there was actions taken against you? But you're a Reddit moderator. You said you have a lot of power and influence. Why don't you just use your Reddit moderator power and influence to unban yourself? Well, that doesn't make sense. You just told me that you had all the powers.
Direct material support that the company gives its moderators. I will end the video by talking about what you SPEVs can do to fix this problem, as well as what I and other communities can do in case Reddit does not solve this very serious mismanagement problem regarding the lack of support that is given to moderators.
All the best videos take a minute and 20 seconds to tell you how they're going to begin and end the video.
First, I will go over the code of conduct action.
He's still explaining what he's gonna do in the video.
I was removed as the top moderator of r/livestreamfail. This sounds like stupid internet drama, I know, but I'm going to talk about how this is.
Nah, son, you're talking about this like this, bro. I can hear it in your voice. You are pressed, and I fully stand behind your frustration. Screw Reddit. How dare they ban this proper gentleman of a Reddit moderator, this fedora-wearing soldier of good taste.
About how Reddit's mistakes causes very serious problems to Reddit's community and the company as a whole. Here's what happened. There was an announcement related to a live stream related game show called $1 Million Fan. It was basically a game show like Survivor or Big Brother where fans of a streamer compete in different challenges with an influencer or a streamer for various prizes.
Yeah, and it seemingly might be that a lot of people started to advertise this game show as if it was a real thing, and even offered a $2 million prize or something like that, and it was like nobody actually fact checked if this was a real event that was actually gonna happen. So it may have just been an accidental scam where it was just a bunch of people being like, wouldn't this be cool, and then accidentally scammed their audiences. We'll have to look into that way. It's a whole other debacle, a whole other situation. I don't think we can summarize it in a quick little thing here.
The kicker here is that there was a grand prize of $20 million, supposedly.
20 million? I said 2 million. I thought that was exaggerated. 20 million? See, that's the thing, right? Like the second I saw that or heard that, I was like, what dumb, no, nobody's paying $20 million to some rando. That would put you on freaking it would put you on Elon Musk levels of freaking I'm sure he has more, but that would make you a freaking multi-millionaire. Who the hell could just give that away for a stupid TV show? No. What?
Was supposedly going to be aired on Amazon Prime, and it was also confirmed to be including.
God would put him in a locker of the internet.
A couple of mid-sized and large streamers like Alexandra and Andrea Botez, Extra Emily, Canute, and a few others. Additionally,
yeah, bro, we're freaking jocks. We're gonna stuff you inside that locker, bro.
The opportunity was supposedly brought to these streamers by a company called Mythic Talent, which is a well-respected streamer agency that represents hundreds of live streamers. I heard about the game show.
Let's stuff you inside the locker like my girlfriend stuffs his bras.
A few hours after it got announced by a couple major live streamers.
Like what? I'm sorry.
It sounded like the perfect
what
type
was
of
that last
content for a
part?
live stream fail.
Shut up, nerd.
I mean,
Sorry, something
reality
about the freaking
TV,
the
game
bully that
show,
accidentally
live
reveals too
streaming,
much is always
gaming,
been a funny trope to me.
you know, that's perfect for LSF, which is about fun, crazy content about kind of live streaming gamers. So when I heard about this, I was very excited. I immediately reached out to the organizers to see if we could set up some sort of a collaboration. This collaboration would just be to get cool content on the subreddit. No, financial incentives, no moderators being paid, basically none of anything like that, just fun, cool stuff for the community in the subreddit. For collaborations, the first obvious thing that came to mind was, how do we get their content on the subreddit? Either some superfans or some editors could clip some cool hype moment from the show.
The stupidity here is that the subreddit is a live. First of all, it's a subreddit. It's not even Reddit. Like, who cares? Second of all, it's literally like the entire point of the subreddit is it's called live stream fails. Why would people go for anything else besides live stream fails? Who even thinks to put different content? That's so stupid.
And then post it to the subreddit. But I also had a stretch goal, and that was, what if
just make a
LSF
new
could be
subreddit.
part of the show in some way?
Or the event.
I don't know, there could be like a LSF-themed best
It's
clip
as if
content
it's as if this freaking subreddit mod has never used Reddit before.
test. Like, contestants compete in one of the kind of small challenges, they make the best clip, and then somebody kind of wins a prize at the end. It was a stretch goal, though. So I reached out to the organizers, and to my surprise, they immediately understood what LSF was, what power it had, and they even agreed to the stretch goal of like the cool competition to have in the actual show. From my perspective, this felt like one of the coolest things that a subreddit has ever done. I mean, being in a freaking reality TV show in a topic that's directly related to the subreddit, how awesome. And then, maybe I could leverage this to get even more opportunities, either for our subreddit or for other subreddits.
Yeah, all the handful of people on Reddit could clap.
Across the entire platform. That's how I felt, at least, and that's clearly not how it worked out. After they agreed to kind of a couple of these kind of requests that I had in my stretch goal, they immediately started moving very quickly. They, we wrote up an announcement and they wanted this out within like 24 hours. So we quickly worked to make an announcement together, and I posted it the next day. When I posted it, everybody in the comment section immediately yelled, "Scam, scam, 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 scam." This initially didn't actually worry me, because no matter what we do, people call it a scam. I mean, I've done AMAs with the Twitch CEO. People called that a scam. And I was also thinking, like, multiple major live streamers were involved, Mythic Talent was involved. Surely they had done their due diligence, right? Additionally, the thing that people were the most skeptical about was the $20 million grand prize. This initially confused me as well, but once I heard that, Amazon Prime was allegedly involved, my initial concerns were assuaded. I mean, think about it. Amazon Prime has spent lots of money on tons of shows, and, I didn't...
What the hell kind of logic is that? Well, they spend money on shows. Yeah, they don't spend 20 million in like one check, you freaking moron. They write like multiple checks to multiple different employees in multiple different like situations. They don't put like 20 million as the grand prize. Who the hell thinks that? More than that. And this isn't just about him. This is about everybody involved. Who the hell doesn't verify this information? Who the hell just assumes, oh yeah, definitely, they're gonna forget through this. Like, who just starts like putting this stuff up?
I don't necessarily think that the show was worth $20 million, but, that doesn't mean that Amazon Prime wouldn't fund it. And, if LSF was involved, maybe it would actually succeed. Maybe my involvement alone could make the $20 million kind of investment worth it. Who knows? At least.
Oh, okay, got it, understood. See, it's because this Reddit moderator, is involved. That's why Amazon is like, oh damn, bro, no, we didn't realize this guy was involved. Now we definitely gotta give $20 million. Absolutely, we gotta give $20 million. Oh, if livestream fails, moderator guy is freaking there.
At least that's what I thought. Now here comes the next part of the story.
Bro, I wish I had the kind of confidence this man has for himself. I need that kind of self-confidence. God
When
damn!
things get a little crazy. The next day, a major live streamer who was involved in the show, Extra Emily,
Bro really thought that Amazon Prime might genuinely put $20 million as a grand prize because he mods Reddit. Alright, cool. Genius.
said on her stream that she kind of saw.
Nah, it's true. It makes sense. Like if you think about it, right? Like
all of these comments about people calling it a scam, and they even saw that LSF was involved, and this was apparently unacceptable to her. So much so that she was.
No, it just sounded stupid. It's not unacceptable.
Considering kind of dropping out of the show or kind of looking into seeing if kind of the whole thing was a scam or not. After seeing this, I brought the concerns to the organizers, and the organizers told me that they were currently in talks with the agents to resolve this, and they told me in no.
Well, after I saw that somebody else was gonna do their due diligence, I decided that it might be in my best interest to also do my due diligence, just in case they find out something that I should have found out.
On certain terms that the show was not canceled and was still going on. So me being somebody who didn't really have a lot of information into the situation, and me trusting these high-powered agents who represent these multi-million-dollar.
I am trying so hard to not mention it, but that comb over just absolutely is just like the cherry on top of this like. Just this content cheesecake. It's just ooh, mwah, mwah, just chef's kiss. Oh, bro.
Kind of celebrities, I trusted that they would kind of get to the bottom of this and kind of resolve these concerns quickly. During this time period, I saw and deleted a lot of unsubstantiated claims.
What do you say that he was an engineer, a computer engineer? Yeah, it makes sense. Just genius.
About the show and the mod team. There were accusations that I knew to be untrue,
this is literally Christmas
such that
for me.
The mod team had accepted bribes or had some sort of financial involvement with the show, and I knew that they were not true because I was the one who had this idea the entire time, from start to finish. This happened a couple days, and what I can tell you for those who may not believe that, for most moderators, I made.
What's interesting is that he speaks in very, very like. I had this idea for this thing from the very beginning, but he never actually explains what exactly was like his responsibility. What is his? What's that? What did they say? What did who say? It's always just they speak in generalizations because they know that a $20 million prize is a scam and a half because there was like supposedly the more like stuff you purchased or something like that, the more potential raffles you got in the drawing or whatever was going on. Again, we'll look into it further, but it's like, what I'm trying to say here is that I kind of had already predicted that no matter what he discusses about the event, it was going to be in generalities, and yeah, he is not explaining jack squat about what the hell has happened at the actual event.
Paid software engineer working in San Francisco. I do not need
I saw this clip on Twitter where he mentioned just everybody has been playing this one clip where people are like, bro, you're doing this just for the grift, just for the money. He's like, excuse me, I'm a highly paid, well-trained engineer.
This happened a couple days, and what I can tell you for those who may not believe that, for most moderators, I'm a highly paid software engineer working in San Francisco. I do not need to take a couple $1,000 bribes from random internet scams. Okay.
I'm gonna start playing this anytime somebody accuses me of stealing money or something. I'm gonna be like, excuse me, I am a highly paid, well-trained engineer in San Francisco.
I was doing this because I legitimately, care about the subreddit.
I do not need couple thousand dollars.
I thought it'd be kind of cool events for.
Bro, I'm pretty sure Logan Paul is a multi-millionaire and he still scammed the hell out of his audience. It doesn't matter, right? But still.
I'm talking about this and kind of the deleted comments because this is apparently some big no-no in the Reddit TOS or something, or maybe it's like an unspoken rule where if you're involved in some sort of promotion and it ends up not working out or ends up being a scam or something, if you have deleted comments that have accused it of being a scam, well that, shows a cover up or some way. It shows malice or bad faith or something. So that's why.
Yes, if something turns out to be a scam, and you were found to be trying to hide evidence of that scam, I don't think there needs to be a TOS rule specifically to explain that. I think you could just use common frickin' sense to figure out, oh yeah, maybe that might give Reddit some legal liability. Bro, this is so stupid.
I'm kind of talking about this.
What? You're gonna ban me just for covering up a scam? You're gonna ban me just for deleting every comment that tried to reveal the fact that this scam was happening? You're gonna get mad at me just for covering up a crime? What is this? I thought this was America. This is not America.
Brought up regarding why I was kicked out as a mod on a live stream fail. And finally, I want to end this part of the story by talking about how Moist Critical made a video critical of the situation. And
did he?
And then about 30 minutes after this kind of video got released,
I love he actually calls out Moist Critical in this.
I got reached out by the
Oh damn, I thought Charlie was just covering the video. I didn't know he specifically called out Charlie,
organizers of the events, and told that five live streamers in the event had dropped out and that therefore the event was canceled and I should take down the post. In this video that Moist Critical had that was critical of the event, Moist Critical brought up points about how an image on the marketing page was AI generated, or that the domain name was registered in Iceland, or that basically just the whole thing it smelled bad. That's what he did. He did this motion and he said it smelled bad. But beyond that, it doesn't seem like he did much research.
Well, hold on. What do you mean? Hold the hell up. He just moved on like that was the end of that. What do you... and he said that the image was AI. He said that the company was from, like, overseas. And are you gonna, like, refute those claims? Are you gonna say that they're not true? Are you gonna say that it's okay if they are, that it is true, but that's fine? He just moves on to the next topic.
I don't think that he reached out to any of the organizers. He certainly didn't reach out to me. And, I mean, I don't know if he reached out to me.
Oh, well, obviously, Charlie should have reached out to this random Reddit moderator, obviously.
The talent or any of the streamers. Now, I want to stop people here, because this is very important, and I think this is something that not a lot of people might have noticed. And that important point is that nothing in this situation has yet to be definitively proven as a scam. I repeat, there is no definitive, at least public information yet, that anything fraudulent, malicious, or illegal has happened in the situation.
That's a lot. That's a lot of modifiers like that. He stacked that modifier. Listen, nothing has been publicly shown in the legal courtroom of the United States Secretary of Defense's Office of Interior's mom's presence will written down in the statements of the final congressional standing. These accusations are actually technically allegations, and they're claims, and so technically, because they didn't do that, like, you can't prove that this is a scam. Like, that's a lot of modifiers to place ahead of it. You know what I mean?
The only confirmed things that we have right now is that I guess there was a website, looked a little weird, there was some bad publicity, everybody called it a scam, and then a bunch of streamers dropped out, and then the event got canceled, and everybody got refunded. None of this is illegal. None of this is proved to be a scam, at least yet. Maybe I'll eat these words.
Again, you create an event where you could potentially win a monetizable incentive, and the only way to enter and get a chance at being a part of this event is to spend money in order to get draws in the event. You then cancel the event Doesn't matter what reason, because obviously, even if 2, 3, 4 streamers quit, you could just find replacements, right? And then the entire thing is completely canceled. Now, I don't know if everybody got refunded their money, but if anybody purchased merchandise with the hopes of potentially being a part of that, and a lot of those people, they might not even know that the event has been canceled. They might still be waiting for the raffle or whatnot. So yes, in my opinion, it's a freaking scam. Now, if your scam sucked and your scam failed and the scam had to be refunded, that's a different story, right? We're talking about like that's called the consequences, right? That's the aftermath of your scam failing. Now, whether you intended the scam, whether you were a part of the scam from the beginning, that really none of that matters. Anyone who was involved is going to be criticized. But to just flat out just be like, it's not a scam, it's definitely not a scam, like, okay, I'll believe you, but what evidence is this random Reddit moderator giving me that every single person got refunded?
And yes, in retrospect, there are certainly...
Did he just admit that he hasn't been caught? In a manner of speaking, right? But I don't want to say that either. You know, because it's alleged. Allegedly he hasn't been caught. You see, allegedly it hasn't been publicly stated in the court of law that is in fact may or may not be a scam, and that he may or may not be involved in said scam, and therefore has not been caught in the alleged potential may or may not be maybe scam.
Some things which we could call yellow flags or even red flags. But that being said, I don't want people to go into this thinking that there was some proven malfeasance or something when there really is a possibility that a lot of this could have just been kind of bad organization and things just fell through. Just because something's a bad idea, just because something is misorganized, that doesn't mean that anything illegal happened. You know, I still haven't gotten confirmation about kind of the...
Actually, I think yes. I think that definitely means something illegal happened. As a matter of fact, I think mismanagement and bad decision making is typically how illegal things tend to happen. I would argue it's typically a requirement to commit a crime is to have bad organization and bad decision making. You know what I mean? Because I feel like if you had good organization and made good decisions, you wouldn't do the illegal thing, right? Like, I mean, just logically, right? I'm not really like this isn't for or against the scam. I'm just sort of using a little bit of critical thinking here, right?
Amazon Prime kind of a thing. I think that is the biggest unknown right now is I don't know about this supposed Amazon Prime deal, if it exists or not.
I'm sorry, so after 10 minutes and 21 seconds in, you finally admit that you don't even know whether Amazon Prime, you know, the company that would be giving the $20 million, is even involved in the freaking thing to begin with. Oh, cool.
Because maybe they were in negotiation with them, maybe a contract was in the works but hasn't been signed yet. I'm not really sure yet. We'll have to see. And then kind of I'll end the story
So basically what you're saying is you don't know jack shit. Got it, understood.
Talking about why I got removed as the top moderator. It's really not a secret or very surprising. I got removed directly for the post that I pinned to the top of the subreddit related to the game show or supposed and alleged scam, as well as kind of...
So, because you accidentally scammed people, potentially. Got it, okay.
For deleting comments that were kind of critical.
Yeah, it turns out, whether it was on purpose or accident, if you start advertising a scam on a platform, the platform's gonna get rid of you to try to avoid liability. Yeah, you know what? Makes sense.
Of it. I also want to make a comment about kind of the Reddit Code of Conduct team as a whole. Reddit has all this flowery language about how kind of the Code of Conduct team is not here to punish you. It's kind of here to get you to act in good faith. It's here to kind of give you second chances. And
you believe them? What? They're the Code of Conduct team. That's like saying that the police are not here to arrest you. They're just here to uphold the law. It's like, well, yeah, is that not the same shit? Like, what do you mean?
Warnings and
That's their freaking job.
All of this stuff, and apparently all of that are lies because
Police are not here to put you in jail. They're just here to uphold the law. That's it. Oh, okay.
I was not given any second chances.
But if I commit a crime, what do they do? Oh, they're gonna arrest you and they're gonna take you to jail. Well, what you just told me. Well, that's part of the job. I mean,
I was not given very much kind of descriptive examples of kind of what I did wrong, or kind of given any ability to kind of defend myself. I was just.
Oh wow, crazy! You mean just like the people that you ban on the subreddit with your super mod powers apparently that you lost. Crazy, isn't it? When all of a sudden you get banned and nobody gives you a chance to defend yourself, huh? Isn't that just doesn't that just break your heart?
Given a very vague description of, yeah, there's accusations about some fraudulent scam that takes people's money and their PII, which means their name, right? Because you have to sign up with your name to join a contest. And so I have infringed on the code of conduct by promoting a game show where you have to put in your name or something, even though it hasn't really been proved to be fraudulent yet. And so it's a little disappointing. Now, here's the most important part of the.
If your best defense to being a part of a scam is they haven't proved it's a scam yet, you might want to rethink your defense. You know what I mean? Like you might want to like leave that one in the oven a little bit longer and let it finish baking, because that's a half-baked response right there.
Video spaz. This is a direct message to you and only you. I want to talk
me?
about how.
OzDaMonke? Thank you! Y'all heard that. He said it. I'm that famous. I am so famous that even this legendary, all-powerful Reddit moderator specifically made this video so I could react to it, monos.
This whole situation is a direct result of the lack of support that Reddit, the company, gives to its moderators.
Oh shit! Oh, so it's Reddit's fault that you potentially were advertising a scam on their website. Got it. Oh, that makes sense. Cause see, if Reddit would have told him, hey, don't scam people, then obviously he would have like not scammed people. But like Reddit didn't send him a text message like, hey bro, like don't scam. Don't do that. Like that's not okay.
Yeah, I did the partnership. Yeah, I didn't look into this as much as I should, and I trusted kind of agencies and live streamers when I should not have. And I did delete comments, which I thought would have been borderline defamatory if the.
That's a whole lot of I did this, I did that, I did the other. You're not. What did Reddit do that was wrong? Because you're saying it's their fault. Like what? So it's a whole lot of. You so far you've explained what you did wrong.
Situation wasn't, I guess, a scam, even though it technically hasn't been proven to be a scam yet.
Oh, okay,
but despite all of that, there is still massive kind of like problems at Reddit, the company.
Oh, kind of like problems, not problems, just kind of like problems.
Lack of support that caused this. But
when did we start changing language from just like? And I gotta admit, I'm also a victim of this. Where it's like everything is like kind of like this, kind of like that. Oh, you kind of messed up. You kind of messed up. Nah, bro, you fucked up. Like, quit acting stupid. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they're just like, you know what I mean? I don't know why I do that as well. Where it's I don't wanna say it because it sounds mean. So I'm gonna kind of like bend around the word and try to like dodge the word and like, you know what I mean? Like avoid the word like the Matrix. Like I'm Neo dodging bullets.
Right before I go into the specific reasons of how this happened, I want to talk about why this matters in the first place. And this matters because Reddit moderators have power. They...
Oh, yeah? Oh, yeah? Then why don't you unban yourself? If you're so freaking powerful.
Have influence. If you're one of the people who is joking about like internet janitor duties or whatever,
sorry, what?
I'm sorry to tell you, it's funny jokes, but
internet janitor duties? Oh, sorry, I didn't think about that. No, he makes he makes a really good point. I didn't think about the janitor duties. That's a good point, actually. I completely missed that one. Because the Reddit moderators, they're taking care of all those janitor duties. And so it's kind of like when like the trash can guy comes over to collect the trash. Like nobody says thank you to the trash guy for doing his duty, right? They just like they just sort of like, hey, can you also take this trash? Like sometimes you're even giving them extra bags. Like, hey, bro, you missed this one. Like you never thank him for his duty. We should be thanking these moderators for cleaning up the interwebs.
You are wrong. Reddit moderation does matter. Reddit moderators have control over millions of impressions per day, and nobody seems to notice or care. Let's just talk about LSF.
Oh, okay, yeah, because every time I go to Reddit, it's because I want to be moderated by this fool. Yeah, obviously, by like every time I see a Reddit article, I'm like, oh, but is it being moderated by this guy, right? Like, so, you know what I mean? That's
Think
the
of all
first
the
thought I
streamer
have.
careers that have been created because of LSF. Think about the even larger number of streamer careers that have been destroyed because of LSF, because some clip went viral about like some.
Oh, you mean how LSF is constantly trying to protect Hassan Piker and failing? Absolutely gloriously failing? Sure.
Something bad that they did. I have had major live streamers who are effectively celebrities come to me and beg to kind of remove, negative posts about them. And even crazy.
Effectively celebrities to kind of remove. What do you mean they were effectively celebrities to kind of remove? So what I'm hearing is some random nobody asked you to remove some shit that they didn't like and you said no. Is that what you meant? That's because that's what it sounds like.
Easier story is the time when some Twitch employees found me in person and borderline begged me to make sure LSF is not used to destroy the multi-billion-dollar company Twitch, partially because at the time LSF was indeed being used to destroy the multi-billion-dollar company
I
Twitch.
see. They specifically came to this guy. Yeah, okay, now I didn't know that. You see, they came to this moderator and begged him on their knees. They begged him, please don't let Reddit get destroyed. You're our only hope, Obi-Wan. Please save us.
Deservedly so, by the way. Or even just take this literal circumstance. Imagine the whole kind of operation
Well, I mean,
was
obviously,
legit.
right? If that's true, I guess Reddit's days are numbers. Reddit's days are numbered. That's it. I guess that's it. That Reddit. According to this guy, to this professional moderator, Reddit will cease to exist in short time in short proceedings. So I guess say your goodbyes. Obviously, in about maybe the next 3 to 6 months, Reddit will in fact no longer exist because there's just not the same level of moderation anymore.
Well, guess what? One single post on LSF caused all of the streamers to drop out and destroyed a $20 million opportunity. Sorry, Myth.
Sorry, and you're trying to use that as an excuse for why you should be brought back into the company? I'm sorry, your best defense for why you should be brought back into the company is that you made one of the year's biggest blunders? Awesome, genius. No, you know what? You remember how I was saying earlier that he didn't really think about his response? I take it all back. No, he clearly thought this one out really well. He's been cooking this one. He's been cooking this one for a minute now. It's slow cooked, braised, some might even say.
My bad. Or imagine it was, I guess, a scam through and through. Well, guess what? We were the ones to expose it and destroy it before it had the chance to cause any real harm.
We were the ones to expose it by advertising it and getting more people to sign up for it. That's okay. That's one way to put it. Sure, yeah.
I mean, everybody got refunded after all. Guess things ended up okay. Right or wrong, you can think I'm a good moderator or a bad moderator.
Listen, yes, I got a bunch of people scammed, but they got caught. and people got their money back. So like what am I supposed to? Am I supposed to be responsible for my actions in it? Like, come on now.
You can think that
The scam
LSF
didn't
helps
work.
streamers or is the bane of their existence in the entire industry. But please don't for a single second pretend like it doesn't matter. And that's just one subreddit. Now
Oh
back
no,
to me.
if there's anything I have learned from this, if there's anything this video has accomplished, it's absolutely accomplished the fact that it has made me care. It's convinced me that this situation matters. That's one thing that for sure this has done.
I was one of your most passionate users. I was in the Reddit partnership program.
I can tell. Look, trust me, that we could all tell from the very beginning. That was clear.
From the start, I took advantage of every opportunity that I could. I had meetings with kind of the Reddit community managers.
With kind of the Reddit community managers.
For help and kind of partnership on.
Kind of the Reddit community. I had meetings kind of with the Reddit community managers. That's giving off like I sent them an email and they ghosted me energy. That's giving off some strong, I've been sending them emails, but nobody responds to me.
Opportunities at every chance that I could. And I was blown off every single time.
Yeah, I called it! Nobody freaking answered his emails! He kinda had meetings with the upper management.
Nothing out of it.
Stop.
The community managers never helped me. As, nice as the guy was, I think he had basically no power to help me. I was one of the only moderators out there who tried to grow my community, who had any ambition, who tried to work with the company or help other subreddits or help the company that a whole, and it didn't matter. I failed, and it failed because of how mismanaged and how little support Reddit the company.
Totally legit. Activate Windows. Okay, ironically, that's not him. That's me. I haven't activated Windows. That's why I got the body pillow here.
Gives to moderators. So let's
That's
circle
not
back.
him. You can't. Don't laugh at him. He's an engineer. You see, he definitely pays for Windows.
Go back to the moderation situation. This is a very key important.
He pays for Windows like a nerd. All the cool kids don't pay for Windows. Losers.
Important point. So please pay attention.
Why pay for it? You can just do it. You can just use it for free.
If I had gotten support from Reddit. Do you think that I want to be the guy, like, going out, like, messaging...
Just use Epstein's Windows activation key. It's fine.
Random people in Discords and LinkedIn's...
I kind of really want to try using it. That's freaking hysterical.
Trying to figure out kind of these partnerships. I don't. This is not my job. I am not qualified to do any of this. I am not a lawyer. I do not, I cannot read contracts to know what I should do or I should not do.
This is not my... What was that point?
You think that I want to be the guy, like, going out, like, messaging random people in Discords and LinkedIn's and trying to figure out kind of these partnerships? I don't.
It kind of sounds like you do. Otherwise, you wouldn't be making a video complaining about the fact that they kicked you out, right? This bro's like, I don't want to do all this stuff. Okay, cool. Well, you've been fired, so I guess, or banned, so you don't have to do it anymore. Mission accomplished. Good job.
This is not my job. I am not qualified to do any of this.
Then don't do it. Then don't do it. If it seems like it's causing you a lot of stress, just don't do it. Go live a normal life now.
A lawyer. I do not, I cannot read contracts to know what I should do or I should not do. I just want to, grow my subreddit, have a big vision, and I don't want to deal with this. At the end of the day, I'm a random nobody who...
I love how he's like, I want to grow my subreddit. It's his, obviously. It has his name on it.
Got lucky.
That's why he got banned from it.
Took over one of your largest gaming subreddits on the platform because I won a stupid game of, Reddit mod politics. But apparently, I'm the only person out there who understands the potential that Reddit has. If Reddit had offered me partnerships, if Reddit had pipelines to connect with kind of major companies, if Reddit had lawyers that were helping me, reading over these contracts, reading over these agreements.
Freaking Reddit, bro really said Reddit owes me lawyers, owes me, all right, cool. Mr. freaking random Reddit moderator.
None of these very real mistakes that I made would have happened. And before you say it, I'm sure there's some employee at Reddit, the company, that says oh yeah, we do that. That's my job. It's over here. Well, clearly you're not even doing 1% of what.
I'm sorry. Who the hell is even the freaking YouTubers and streamers and freaking content creators don't get a freaking lawyer of freaking all this other crap from their agents and their freaking company. What are you talking about? That's like a massive like bonus if the company has their own like specific lawyers. And even then, there's how many cases have you seen where the company of like a music artist like sues the music artist, and then the music artist is like, oh shit, I was using the lawyer from the company, who do I get now? It's like, yeah, because that's not your lawyer, fool, that's the company's lawyer. Like, that's not what? I'm a software engineer, I can't read or set up Discord chat. Listen, okay, listen, he's a Reddit moderator. He knows how Reddit works. Discord is a different situation. That's
what you should be doing.
That's advanced.
Because nobody uses these resources, nobody cares, you are not doing enough. Multiply it by 100, and then let's talk. Reddit needs to be professionalized, and it starts with the mods. This is going to be controversial, but the people who are running your multi-billion-dollar website are unqualified nobodies like me. That doesn't mean it's my fault or their fault. It's your fault, Spez.
Oh, okay. So it's Spez's fault that you all signed up to be moderators. Got it. Understood. So I mean, realistically, the only solution here now is for Spez to just ban all the moderators, and then and at that point, right? Because they're all unqualified.
Here's why. The controversial solution is just get rid of the bad mods with better mods or paid mods, or do takeovers or more rules or something like that. But there are...
Yeah. That's like that across the entire industry, though. That's not a unique thing to Reddit. Like, if I work at freaking Starbucks, and somebody comes in and is like, I want a drink, and I decide to drop kick them because, I don't know, I just don't like their face. Starbucks is not gonna, like, run to my defense because of my stupidity in deciding to drop kick somebody. They're just gonna fire me. They don't owe anybody anything. Your own stupid decisions are your own stupid decisions, and the consequences of those decisions are yours too. Like, Reddit never, like, now if Reddit like put it in paper, like, hey, as a moderator you have access to lawyers, you have access to this, you have access to that, different story. But brother, you're the only person fantasizing about this like supposed freaking job. And let's be honest, if Reddit does ban all the mods and make the moderation an actual job, you are definitely the last person they're going to freaking hire for that job. Not only because of this, but you're basically admitting that you're completely unqualified for the position. You said it yourself, you can't even set up a freaking Discord chat.
There are better solutions. You can train them. You can give mods infrastructure or pipelines or resources or real kind of...
Yeah, he's talking about it like a charity. As if it's
material
like
support
Reddit,
and treat...
like he's so entitled to so much for doing so, like, for moderating. Like, I'm sorry to say this, but the only people who give a shit about moderation are the actual people in the actual place, right? Nobody cares about Reddit moderators except for the people in the Reddit, the subreddit. Nobody cares about the moderators on my channel except for me and maybe the other people in my chat. That's it.
Them as if they have the actual power and influence that they actually have, and so communities can rise to the heights they truly could. And the Reddit Moderator Partner Program is not it. Reddit moderators do not need one call with like one guy a month, as nice as he is, love you Pablo, who has no power and no ability to affect anything. Reddit moderators don't need Christmas celebrations or...
It's just so funny how he keeps talking about how everyone around him is powerless. He's so powerless, while at the same time he kept glazing the moderator job like moderators have power and influence.
Special badges or community or events or team building exercises. No, even the Reddit event budget is barely useful. No, they need real material support. That means access to anything that like a talent manager would give an actual celebrity. So, an access to a bounty board.
Oh, wait, so he's saying moderators need a talent agent. A talent agent. And he thinks Reddit owes them that? He understands that talent agents get paid by the actors, right? Like the actor makes money, like gets paid for the acting role, and the talent agent takes a cut of the money that the actor made because they're the one that got him the job. You understand? What is he talking about, bro? Bro really thinks he's owned the world because he moderates a subreddit.
Or ad deals.
I genuinely wish I had the amount of confidence and like ego that this dude has. I genuinely think I would become I like that would help me in my life if I had the ego that this dude has.
Lawyers or event organizers or professionals or anything that actually matters. To summarize, Reddit moderators should be treated like celebrities or influencers, not because they deserve respect or anything, but because they actually have real power and influence.
Yeah, this is the person you should be worshiping like Markiplier and PewDiePie. This is your new freaking who the frick is the top OzDaMonke. Look at him.
I mean, if not for the world, at least over your $50 billion company, maybe if you
you should be worshiping him like you worship Emeru.
Gave them actual support, it could go from 50 billion to 100 billion. I mean, it certainly deserves to be that high up for how much traffic Reddit gets. So why haven't you solved this problem already? If you gave them actual support, it could go from 50 billion to 100 billion. I mean, it certainly deserves to be that high up for how much traffic Reddit gets. So why haven't you solved this?
Got it. Okay. So if you gave them lawyers and a talent agent, then more people would visit Reddit. Obviously, if you gave this guy lawyers and a talent agent, then suddenly Reddit's gonna get a huge boom in numbers. People are gonna be coming from all over the friggin' world to friggin' roam on Reddit.
This problem already, Spez. Is it because you're out of touch and you aren't aware of the problem? Is it because Reddit is a bloated mess and they can't ship products?
Obviously.
No, I think the real issue is that Reddit is held hostage by the negativity and toxicity of its user base, and it doesn't really have the freedom to make bold and important and transformative decisions that could save.
So, the problem with Reddit is the people who use it. You know what? I agree. You know what? We finally got this. I agree with this guy. Yeah, the problem with Reddit is that it's the people on Reddit.
Save the company. If you agree with anything that I said, Spez, well, you're in luck. I live in San Francisco.
And you're in luck, Spez, because if you act quickly right now, you get the opportunity to hire this guy back on.
Be happy to talk
this
to you
in
person
lucky day,
or
Spez.
Any Reddit product manager or employee at all, you know, or on a call or something. That's my pitch to you, Spez. The rest is to the community. To the community, Spez and Reddit, they're almost certainly not going to fix any of this. All of this is up to us to solve. For anyone who this message has...
Well, not you, right? Because you're banned. So not you anymore, but to everybody else.
Resonated with and wants to solve this problem, well, I have created a subreddit called r/SubAlliance. SubAlliance will be a non-profit.
Oh, thank God! As you know, the subreddits are the most powerful thing on the universe. Therefore, this will definitely get him the job back.
Community-based initiative to solve all of the problems that I have laid out. We will create tools and resources so good, so useful that everybody will have to work with us.
And let me guess, are you gonna be a part of the moderation team, or how's that gonna work?
Think talent agency, but for subreddits. You have the big ideas, you have the vision, you have the crazy cool things that you want to do, and we handle the logistics. Materially, that means connections to major companies, partnerships, doing AMAs, running events, doing mod...
The thing is, Reddit already has all that. They don't need to involve Reddit mods with that process. They just do it themselves. You're just trying to make yourself the middleman. to like Reddit's events and Reddit's like collaborations. They don't need to involve you in any kind of way, shape, or form.
Recruitment, cross collaboration with other relevant subreddits, that kind of stuff. Go to r/suballiance and we will make it happen. The link will be in the description below. Reddit used to be a place where
it really just feels like he wants to start another subreddit where he can be the top mod again.
We did stuff. The phrase, "we did it Reddit," although used sarcastically, existed for a reason. And that is because what we do, right or wrong, matters. Let's see what we can do to make it better. Thanks.
Absolutely phenomenal video. Monodachis, please go and drop this fine specimen of a person a like, a follow. Absolutely everything. Please show all the support possible. This is just great. Bro is on. I have never seen a power trip this absurd in my life. Bro was on one big time. I don't know if this is the original like channel. No clue. I parody videos about the tech industry and Twitch. It might be fake, I don't know. Maybe it's not. Maybe he just posted it. I got no clue, but I'll tell you what, I'm gonna go ahead and link it, regardless.
Hello, Spez.
I'll link it on I'll link it if you want to watch it yourself. I have to assume he only posted it on Reddit, so maybe that's why. But shout out to Stale2000 for going ahead and re-uploading it to YouTube for us to enjoy. If I am able to find the OG Reddit post as well, I will absolutely link it down for anyone who wants to go and show some support for, he never even gave us did he actually give us a name to this dude? For whatever his name is, please go and show some support. The $50 billion man. Yes, please go support the $20 billion man here. Please go and show all your support. Oh my goodness, that was phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. I was honestly gonna check out this Rev Says Desu video on the matter, but now that I know that bro called out Pygmy specifically, a part of me really wants to go check out that video instead. So let's do that. Sorry, Rev. But I kind of want to see what Pygmy like response is to it, because he was called out specifically. Okay, this is from 3 days ago. Let's check it out.
A Reddit moderator just made a video directly speaking to and tugging on the heartstrings of the CEO of Reddit. He's making a big call to action after he had been stripped of his position as top mod on r/livestream_fail. I'm kind of at a loss for words here. I can't believe what I just watched was genuine and not a skit. But this seems authentic. What you picture in your head when you hear the term Reddit mod is exactly what you are about to see unfold in the flesh.
Now, we did see it, so we can sort of skip past those parts, but I'm kind of hoping Charlie actually does discuss the scam, the supposed scam in detail.
The reason this mod just lost his position is because he was promoting a scam on the subreddit that he was the top mod for, Livestream Fail. I made 2 videos covering this. It was the $1 Million Fan Show, which was paraded around as a $20 million reality television show for streamers' fans to sign up and even paid entry into it to compete for, $20 million prize purse. Turns out the whole thing was a load of baloney, as it appears everything has been wiped off the face of the planet. So some viewers paid money for actually nothing. They flushed it down the shitter, and agencies that brought this to streamers were left embarrassed. Most notably, Mythic Talent was the one that was named by some of the streamers as their agency that took them this deal, where seemingly no due diligence was done on behalf of Mythic to confirm whether or not this was even legitimate in the first place as a paid promotion. It was supposed to be an Amazon production, but clearly it was not an Amazon production and it took too.
And like, this is what I want to know: who was making these allegations that it was gonna be like a $20 million, like who made all these? Who started this?
Seconds of going to the website to deduce that this was fraudulent, but they took this deal before the website even existed. It's a whole mess. I've already covered all this, but Livestream Fail gets roped in because there was this inexplicable partnership that no one fully understood, where $1 Million Fan was in bed with Livestream Fail, and the top mod of Livestream Fail made a post on the subreddit pinning it to try and get more suckers into it. And now this is his response after being fundamentally fired from his free position of Reddit janitor.
Hello, Spez, Mr. CEO of Reddit. I hope you have received this public video today.
I love the way he starts to say, "Hello, Spez, Mr. CEO of Reddit." It's so good, dude. It's too perfect.
If not, I hope anybody who cares about the topic in this video can get this to him in any way that you can. This video is about a topic of deadly seriousness.
I'm probably going to upload these videos separately, so go and check that out.
Reddit's Manhattan Project right now. The moderators are rising up against the CEO of Reddit.
It's a revolution!
I'm actually at a loss for words.
It's freaking hilarious.
Couldn't be a more lame start to this video. The topic he's about to cover is how he believes Reddit mods don't have enough, elbow grease from the Reddit upper echelon, like Spez here, the CEO. He believes they should be entitled to, like, brand deals, talent managers, lawyers, and stuff, so that way they can better be utilized as Reddit moderators. I'm not even kidding, by the way. I'm not exaggerating. Like, these are points he was making in this video, and that's what he's talking about with deadly seriousness here. He talks about Reddit moderators like they're fucking G.I. Joe commandos. Man, please come back to reality. Like, I don't want anyone to harass this guy, so I'm not going to be, like, showing you his channel or anything like that, because, honestly, I kind of feel bad for him that he's put so much weight on his personal life into this position, which is just a thankless job. And it's not really a job, at least it should never be considered a job, because all...
Does he actually have an official channel? Like, I don't even know if the one we watched was from the official channel.
All he is doing is moderating a fucking subreddit as a volunteer janitor. I really thought this was a skit, and I'm still a small part of me,
Dude,
on the...
It could easily still be a freaking joke or AI or something, right? It could be... It's a little too... Like, bro... The guy fits the bill, like, so well, right? Like, it could not have been a more perfect looking person for the job. I mean, come on, it's a little too perfect.
Copium here is hoping that this is, like, satirical and not real, but I don't know, it feels genuine.
I was the top moderator of your #1 gaming subreddit, r/livestreamfail, before I was recently removed from that position by the Reddit Code of Conduct team. I became a Reddit moderator for one reason, and that is because I think that Reddit communities and correspondingly its moderators have massive power and influence, and for some reason, nobody seems to notice, care, or take this seriously. Least of all, its moderators or the company.
You know, that's not really a good look to say the sole reason you pursued this path of heroism as a Reddit moderator is because you believed that it held so much power. So you're basically just saying that you were power hungry and wanted to take this spot so that way you could feel powerful. He believes that Reddit communities and specifically Reddit moderators...
He wanted all that strength to ban people and have them complain and cry about it, but he'll never unban them. And they did it to him, and he was like, "Yeah, when?"
Moderators hold a strong level of sway and power, and that's why he became one himself. That, I don't think, is a good look, man. It's not even coming from, like, a place of passion or something for communities. He is literally saying he did it because he wanted to be strong. Come on! I understand that Reddit...
Imagine believing that the height of power is being a freaking Reddit mod. It's freaking wild.
Communities, like Reddit as a whole, is a platform that does hold, like, legitimate influence over, like, conversations and topics and stuff like that. So by extension, moderators have a lot of ability to control narratives by hiding things or boosting things, and that is something that I've talked about in the past, and a lot of people have made mentions of many times. It's been a pretty big yapping point for a while. This is
the whole thing about that is that yes, LSF can absolutely boost your numbers and boost your views by a lot, right? But also one thing you have to keep in mind is that there's also always going to be situations where communities will fight back. Again, I don't want to keep using the same example, but how much LSF defends Hassan Piker, yet there's people still are able to put Hassan Piker like fail clips just by putting LA streamer in the title. So like yeah, they hold a certain amount of power, but that certain amount of power can always be circumvented in one way or another, right? Just like with anything, really.
The quintessential Reddit mod mentality. You know the stereotype that exists of power tripping Reddit mods? He is, in the first minute of this video, confirming that is exactly what drives him, is power. Like this small
excellent.
modicum of power that he was bestowed for the live stream fail subreddit. And it's... the level of self-importance is sickening.
In this video, I will go over why I believe this, and I will also...
It's so sickening it becomes freaking hysterical.
Talk about a code of conduct moderation action that was taken against me, what you Spez can do to fix this problem.
Spoiler alert, he is going to be playing as a sad song on the world's smallest violin about how he has been removed now as top mod of livestream fail because he was promoting a scam through that subreddit, which did ultimately result in people losing money. There were actual victims of the scam, so he has been removed.
Now he's claiming that everybody got refunded
of his position at the top of the food chain on livestream fail, and he is now putting a decent...
Did that come through? Did that come through on the VOD? I've always wondered. Genuinely. Yeah, man, I missed it. Alright, too bad. I missed it on
that blame on Reddit itself for not giving him the tools to avoid
sometimes I got
this
really
from
good
happening.
perks, right? But then NVIDIA Studio will like block them. It's like, bro, why would you block the money shot like that? Come on now.
At a certain point, there's like a brief moment of self-awareness, like this lightning bolt of self-awareness, where he's like, yeah, this fucking, it was a little fishy. But then he like immediately pushes it onto...
He's a chimera of smug and slime. Damn, OC. I mean, I get you. I feel you. He absolutely... I have a lot more patience for people because, like, it is what it is. That was like my job for the longest time. My job as a manager was to get yelled at by like infuriated customers and like smug customers. So I kind of already deal with it, but had to deal with it for a while. So at this point, I genuinely just find it all hilarious. I find it funny to see what amounts to like a temper tantrum for a 5-year-old.
Reddit, like, but if Reddit had given me access to brand deals and lawyers, this probably wouldn't have happened. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? You're a Reddit mod. Why would Reddit be giving you access to lawyers and brand deals and shit? That doesn't make sense.
First,
really over here acting like he's the he has to be the middleman for like every. Like, bro, Reddit can't. I need to be the middleman. I need to be involved, Reddit. You can't. How dare you not involve me in your collaborations, in your discussions?
Mistake, buddy. Fucking Spez wasn't behind you massaging your shoulders as you signed the deal with $1 Million Fan Show, which turned out to be a scam. He wasn't like the Sith Lord projecting into you, trying to convince you to go to the dark side to... sell out livestream fail to get more people hooked on $1 Million Fan Show. It was not the CEO of Reddit that forced you to do that, and even if you did have access to lawyers and other brand deals, it wouldn't have prevented something like this from happening. You made the choice.
Here's what happened. There was an announcement related to...
Like, here's my whole thing, right? If he didn't do the due diligence to check it out for himself, or even have it looked at by anybody else in any kind of way, shape, or form, what makes you think he would have done the due diligence to actually, contact Reddit's lawyers? You have to assume he was going to do the correct thing if he was given all these requests. But you didn't do the wrong. You didn't do the right thing from the beginning. So why the hell would we assume you're going to do the right thing in this like theoretical like existence?
a live stream related game show called $1 Million Fan. I heard about the game show a few hours after it got announced by a couple major live streamers. It sounded like the perfect type of content for a live stream fail. I mean, reality TV, game show, live streaming, gaming, that's perfect for LSF, which is about fun, crazy content about.
Can you imagine him being your boss and addressing something you said everyone else thought was funny? Dude, the people that he banned and like to try to cover up the freaking the scam, this must be such a cathartic video to them. This video must fill them up with such joy. Like, it must be better than dropping Molly. I had like cause like this must be so cathartic, bro.
Live streaming gamers.
If that isn't the stinkiest load of horseradish I've ever heard with that.
It's like I wish I don't know if Burrito's in the chat, but I don't know if this was live on stream or if this was after. But we were playing Arc Raiders the other day, and Burrito was like by himself doing like a thing while me and Chaos were like a little bit further away inside of a building or inside of a town, whatever. And the guys in the proximity chat saw him by himself and started howling at him with like these like almost like movie villain line, like "Hey buddy," and then they would shoot at him with like their bolt action, and which they had to reload after every shot. And so they shot at him once. They were like, "Hey buddy." They shot at him twice. They were like, "Where you going, huh? All by yourself?" They didn't know that Chaos and myself were not too far away. So as the guy is firing, I see him through the doorway and instantly take him down. He starts yelling, screaming, cussing me out, telling me that I'm, bro was telling me how I'm gonna die in real life. It was the funniest thing in my life. It was so cathartic because this guy was just a moment ago acting like a movie villain, like when the villain is like making fun of the victim in the slasher film, and it's like and then the villain becomes the victim, the hunter becomes the prey, and it's like, oh, what now, bitch? You can't do now. You're the one getting wrecked. Dude, we were laughing our asses off. I was teabagging him while Chaos came over and did the knockout. It was the funniest shit ever. It was so cathartic. It filled me up with so much warmth. I have to imagine that is the same feeling that those people that got banned must feel watching this video. Because now he's getting banned and nobody gives a shit. The same way that they got banned from the live stream fail subreddit for trying to, at this point, at a certain point, trying to warn him that the scam was a scam.
Description of LSF. Do you go on your own subreddit? Have you ever been on your own subreddit? That's not what it is. That's not what you just described at all. That is the most blatant misrepresentation of that subreddit I've ever heard anyone try to squeak out. If this was Pinocchio...
Oh yeah, and that's the funniest part, right? Is that everybody knows that LSF is like, let's just sort of be fair, right? And actually, it's actually good if I make enemies out of them, because that means they're gonna promote my clips more often. But like, let's be real. LSF is kind of the scum of the Reddit, right? It's literally the scum. That's why they call those moderators the janitors of Reddit. It's literally not. And don't get me wrong, I'm part of the scum. I'm right there with you, right? I'm in those I'm like watching clips from those subreddits whenever Hassan Piker or Ludwig or Asmongold or freaking freaking Extra Emily, whenever some idiot makes like fucks up big time, I'm there too to watch it too. All monkeys like to watch the shit show. Like, you get what I'm coming from? We all like to watch a shit show. Everybody rubbernecks, right? I'm not trying to say I'm better than you. What I'm trying to say is that everybody knows what Reddit is. Everybody knows what that subreddit is. It's just a bunch of people there to watch people fail. What kind of people go to watch other people fail? You think you're gonna find the kindest, nicest, Bible reading, on their knees praying every single night before bed Christians inside of that subreddit, or are you gonna find a bunch of dickheads like me, a bunch of assholes who are just there to laugh at people who messed up, right? Like, we're not. There's no innocent people here.
His nose would have just went fucking Wumbo Insano style with that lie right there. Anyone who has ever visited LSF in the last, 7 years will tell you it is not a subreddit for crazy, wacky clips of gaming and, extreme fails or anything like that. I don't know why he's even trying that angle. Everyone knows that's not what that subreddit is.
So when I heard about this, I was very excited. I immediately reached out to the organizers to see if we could set up some sort of a collaboration. This collaboration would just be to get cool content on the subreddit. No, financial incentives, no moderators being paid, basically none of anything like that, just fun, cool stuff for the community in the subreddit. For collaborations, the first obvious thing that came to mind was, how do we get their content on the subreddit? Either some superfans or some editors could clip some cool hype moment from the show.
$50 million reality TV show be any different? Obviously, things would already organically on every other stream. Why would this, a potential $20 million reality TV show, be any different? Obviously, things would already be being clipped and posted on the LSF subreddit. Why would you be reaching out about a collaboration to ensure that happens when you know for a fact it already would if this fucking show ever actually existed in the first place? That doesn't make any sense to me at all. Like, trying to be extremely charitable here, maybe he was under the impression that this would be exclusive to Amazon Prime, thus they wouldn't have the rights to post it on LSF. But on the flip side of that coin, he said he heard about this from streamers, thus he would have known that it was going to be streamed on Twitch in the first place, thus it would still be clippable for LSF. That's just...
I think he's honestly, I feel like he was only thinking about like the gains for LSF and not actually how it would work in a practical sense. Right, there wasn't a whole lot of logic being used to come up with these ideas to begin with, right? Like,
business as usual. I don't know why he would reach out about a collaboration to do what was already no doubt going to be done already. It just, that doesn't pass the smell test. I don't understand.
But I also had a stretch goal, and that was, what if LSF could be part of the show in some way? I don't know, there could be like a LSF-themed best clip contest. Like, contestants compete in one of the kind of small challenges, they make the best clip, and then somebody kind of wins a prize at the end. It was a stretch goal, though.
What?
Nothing to do with the video, but it's actually a little scary when his light goes out. Like, when the light goes out, it almost has like a serial killer vibe to it. Look at
themed best clip contest. Like, contestants compete in one of the kind of small challenges.
You know, like, it's clip, almost like he got extra angry. It's like an anime when like half the fade gets shaded.
LSF best clip is just the best.
You know, in anime when half the face gets shaded like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure and everyone gets super serious?
Clip from the event. Why does LSF's name need to be attached to it? This guy is treating Livestream Fail like it's his personal brand. Like, this is his baby, this is his product. So all the clips that hit LSF are actually...
Jet and Sam should try to get him on Fish Tank? What's Fish Tank? Is that like Shark Tank but like on YouTube or what?
Actually, top mods clips as well. I just don't even get this stretch goal here. I think he just wanted LSF's name out there more because it gives him more power.
But yes, anybody should absolutely try to get him on a podcast. I would watch. It would be, but like not to be a dickhead, but like just like try to like take it seriously. You know what I mean? And just see what he says.
Or in some capacity.
Because if you go in too harsh,
totally
he's not gonna want to talk. You know,
whatever would win best clip would just be someone else's content. There doesn't necessitate a live stream fails shout out there for some reason. Like, even if they were the ones that were like hosting votes on what the best clip is, who gives a fuck? That could have been anything and any one where people, like the actual communities, would vote on it, not just his subreddit. Anyway, though,
yeah, it's the ego to not like instantaneously think that if there was going to be any kind of voting situation like that, obviously, and I'm just going to say it, right, even though everybody hates on it, they would use Twitter. They would use Twitter and they would run a poll there. They wouldn't freaking use Reddit, a random ass subreddit, because you have to find the subreddit. Not everybody knows what the hell, how to freaking use Reddit. You know what I mean? It's not that freaking big of a deal. Reddit in its entirety is not that freaking ginormous. I'm not gonna say it's not that it's not huge. It is, right? Any internet web page is gonna be huge because it has access from the whole world. But to think that it has that level of reach to where it's like that would be the go-to way to like hold a contest like that, it's just a little egotistical, isn't it?
He goes on to explain that they accepted this proposal. He was super hype about it.
Oh, Sam Hyde is the host of Fish Tank? Okay.
Because it
I know
meant
Sam Hyde.
this was
I just
a
didn't
big
know
moment
Fish
for the
Tank.
subreddit, and he even made a mention that he believed he could turn this into
Sam Hyde's freaking hilarious.
even more opportunities for the subreddit going further, snowballing it into even more LSF prominence.
So we quickly worked to make an announcement together, and I posted it the next day.
I'll check it
When
out.
I posted it, everybody in the
if
comments
it's not really something that's like good to react to, I'll check it out on my own for sure. But I'll take a look.
And think that my
spending $20 million
make the $20 million kind of investment worth it. Who knows? At least that's what I thought.
It sounds like you weren't thinking at all, though. Why would Amazon be spending $20 million on like 8 streamers and their fans on Twitch, and only
because this Reddit moderator was involved, obviously.
a $5 million grand prize for Mr. Fucking Beast? What sense does that make, man? That isn't really checking out either. Also,
Reddit moderators are more important than Mr. Beast,
about,
obviously.
Maybe my involvement alone would make it worth the investment. But that's how he actually feels, by the way. Like, that's his tone throughout this whole video. He truly believes that he is like God's gift to streaming because he was the top mod of Livestream Fail.
Are you saying he's not?
It is a very like scary.
He's definitely a gift. I mean, for my channel, he's a gift because he just gave me so much content. But in general,
to have, and I do genuinely feel bad for him that he is.
In general, I feel like he would go to a gifted school. Or would that be a special school? Well, wait, I'm thinking of one of them.
His own brain to this level deluded himself into thinking that him being a top mod on a subreddit was like something of significance and like something of like grand importance.
I'm a highly paid software engineer working in San Francisco. I do not need to take a couple $1,000.
Bro, it's just so fun. I mean, look, just the vibe, the way he talks. Look at him, and then he's a software engineer from San Francisco. I mean, you couldn't freaking, bro, you couldn't make a better, like, you couldn't craft a better human being if you asked, like, generative AI, ChatGPT, if you were to ask it, like, make me a stereotypical Reddit mod. You know what I mean? Like, oh my goodness.
From, random internet scams, okay? I was doing
sometimes
this
the universe just lines up perfectly.
because I legitimately, care about the subreddit, and that's why I spend my time on it.
So he debunks rumors that he was paid to promote $1 Million Show from the organizers, saying that he doesn't need to be taking bribes, he's financially well off. He then goes on to say that he was addressing like some of the deleted comments because that was a specific mention in why Reddit canned him, because it potentially showed malice because he was involved in this promotion that ended up being a scam. And so he wanted to address like the deleted comments. He then has a section dedicated to me where I talked about the scam, and then the organizers were talking to him like, well, since Charlie talked about the scam, 5 streamers dropped out, so we're, no longer doing this anymore. Pack your bags, take down the post. And then he says I didn't do enough research on it because I didn't reach out to him or the organizers.
But beyond that, it doesn't seem like he did much research. I don't think that he reached out to any of the...
This was the big thing I wanted to like check out, was to see what Pygmy's response was, because I didn't know. Unfortunately, I didn't cover this situation, like as it was happening, or the $1 million fan thing. But I didn't know how involved Pygmy actually was. In
fraudulent,
kind of way.
malicious, or illegal has happened in the situation.
But also, bro really acts like all these people should like have a direct number for him or something.
Your level of research was cold calling the organization dick in hand, begging to be associated with them, and then that was the extent of it because apparently you heard one of the streamers promote it, and yet he's going to be causing a hubbub because I didn't reach out to him for his perspective. Brother, I didn't even really talk about you in my video, just that you were associated with this shit, roped into the same scam that they were. And for what it's worth, if you watch the video, you would know I did get in contact with 2 agencies, one of which got the exact same contracts that Mythic did, and got information on that, as well as getting one of the actual offers that Mythic was taking to the streamers. So I was very well familiarized with everything that was unfolding behind the scenes. And again, it doesn't take a super sleuth to go to their website and see that it's just fucking barnacles, man. One of their partners didn't even exist. There was no website and no business. Their about section was
damn!
AI-generated mumbo jumbo. Every single paragraph ended in triplets and also had the telltale sign of "it's not this, it's this," over and over and over again. Their first image on their site was literally an AI-generated mansion, and he mentions that in this video, but then goes on to say shamelessly that there's no definitive proof that this was ever a scam in the first place. That's a wild statement. Why don't you ask the people who spent money on this how they feel? Do they feel like they got their money's worth? Did they get the product they paid for? I imagine not, because this event...
And that's an important thing here as well. On a more serious tone, right? If you offer someone something and they give you money and they didn't receive that thing that you offered, it's a freaking scam. I don't give a shit. I'm sick and tired of all these like extra steps that people try to add. If you advertise something and I give you money and I don't get that freaking thing, it's a freaking scam no matter which way you spin it, turn it around, flip it on its freaking backside, massage its butt cheeks. I don't care what you do, it's still a scam.
Is not even potentially in the cards and doesn't seem like it ever was to begin with, man. Their socials are removed, the website is down, Amazon hasn't made a peep about it. From what I've heard, the agencies are pissed about this. All signs point to this being a scam.
Remember when they cleaned the streets of San Fran for G? It became a Reddit bot. Dude, I wish they put that amount of effort into filling in the freaking potholes.
Like, any sane, sensible person would look at all of this...
I swear, bro, I freaking hit a pothole yesterday that freaking... It's gonna destroy my axle.
Evidence and reach the same
I don't even want to
that
drive my car anywhere anymore on these freaking LA streets. It
this
pisses me the hell off. I know it's not San Francisco, but still.
I don't know why he's trying to present something otherwise now.
The only confirmed things that we have right now is that I guess there was a website, looked a little weird, there was some bad publicity, everybody called it a scam, and then a bunch of streamers dropped out, and then the event got canceled, and everybody got refunded. None of this is illegal, none of this is proved to be a scam, at least yet. Maybe I'll eat these words.
Brother, you're eating your own cock right now. What are you talking about? And then everyone clapped. Like, this is just fanfic. Where are you getting this information? There was an explicit no refund policy on their website baked into...
Okay, that was the biggest question I had, because he was just sort of claiming that everyone got refunded. And like, what? I never heard about anybody getting refunds either.
It was very boldly stated there are no refunds once you make these purchases. Who got a refund? I haven't seen anyone, posting receipts of getting a refund from the money they spent on this. Where are you getting that information from? That's a genuine question. Maybe he's seeing things that I'm not seeing somewhere. Because I even looked into it after he made this video, wondering like, whoa, they refunded? That's pretty surprising. I can't find any proof of that. I would love to see where he found that.
Nah, in the video, he makes it seem like everybody got every single dime back. He really does make it seem that way.
It's really not a secret or very surprising. I got removed directly for the post that I pinned to the top of the subreddit. Code of good faith.
Perfect implementation of that protocol. You pinned what seems to be, from all possible evidence, a scam. I don't know why he is trying so desperately to persuade to the contrary. Maybe it's because he believes that if he can try and prove that he really believes that it's not fraudulent, he can get his position back as top mod of LSF. I don't know. Or maybe getting really conspiratorial, maybe he worked with the organizers in a deeper capacity than he's letting on. But that's just a possible game theory. It's just extremely peculiar how hard he is fighting.
Nah, bro, I really genuinely hope it literally is just him having himself a legendary crash out over the fact that he no longer is a Reddit mod, and all the power he once held is just gone. I have to imagine, bro, cause there's people who play instruments and do other hobbies as much, if not more, than I play video games nonstop. And it's I wonder if that's being a moderator and banning people. Does that power dynamic really just make him feel that good?
to try and convince himself and others that maybe this wasn't a scam, when all available evidence points towards this being fraudulent. And if this video is him trying to make a case for himself why he should be reinstated and get that power coursing through his veins again as a moderator on Reddit, then this is a terrible job. Because what he is doing now is showing that he is willing to even defend what seems to be, by all possible accounts, a scam that he was directly associated with, maybe unknowingly, and now he...
And again, I feel like if they do let him back on, it would actually, at that point, turn into a liability for Reddit, I'm gonna be honest.
...is doubling down on it. That is a terrible look, and that makes you look like an unhinged moderator who, even when proven to be incorrect, will not see that, will not take the accountability there. And now he's getting mad at the Code of Conduct team for enforcing their rules. He deleted comments that were critical of his decision to promote this sketchy game show, and promoted a sketchy game show that resulted in people spending money on something that didn't exist, doesn't exist. So I feel like it's a pretty justified termination of his moderator status.
Now, here's the most important part of the video, Spez. This is gifts which I
feel like I wonder, first of all, I would have to look and see what Mythic Talent's response to this whole situation was, but I do genuinely feel like, yeah, if he would have came out and actually condemned everything that happened, it would have been a much better position for him to work from, to try to get his job back, or try to get his moderation position back, than whatever the hell this video was, because this literally was just, at this point, it really feels like it was just a fan fiction. Because he just sort of made up all that shit about people getting refunds, and is, like, fantasizing about the potential of having lawyers and all this other shit that Reddit should give them.
Kind of like problems at Reddit, the company, due to the lack of support that caused this.
Now, this message may have been only for Spez, but I've intercepted the broadcast here. Now, I've put my ear into it, and I'm taking a listen, and what I'm hearing is fucking wild. He almost gets into a level of accountability where he's like, yeah, I did the partnership. Yeah, I didn't look into it. I didn't do any research on it. And then he immediately falls back into, but it hasn't really been fully proven to be a scam. And also, it's actually, in a large part, Reddit's fault that this happened in the first place because I wasn't given enough tools at my disposal to avoid making stupid
And like I said in that video, it's like, yeah, absolutely. If you had lawyers, you totally would have not instantly jumped at the chance to freaking promote this freaking event. Like, bro, if you didn't do due diligence in the first place, there's no reason to believe you would have done your due diligence with all the tools either.
Decisions.
Reddit moderators have power. They have influence. If you were one of the people who is joking about, like, internet janitor duties or whatever, I'm sorry to tell you.
If anything, bro, if he would have actually, like, done his due diligence, he probably could have been one of the first people to call out the fact that this was a scam, rather than getting him freaking self-involved in it instead.
Jokes, but you are wrong. Reddit moderation does matter. Reddit moderators have control over millions of impressions. Think about the
tear you down as well. This is top mod LSF. It giveth and it taketh. And he also said dudities, which actually had me giggling. I don't know why
I can't. I love it. It's so good. It's
dudities.
It's no longer Call of Duty. From now on, it's Call of Duty. That's it. I never thought anything would ever be Call of Duty, and I thought that was just gonna be my name for it forever. But Call of Duty is too good.
But that was fucking hype. Anyway, this is now his spiel about why Reddit moderators are extremely powerful dragon level, adversaries and should be taken seriously, and no one seems to notice. It's not that nobody notices, it's that nobody's happy about it. There shouldn't be people like this that can just power trip and control a conversation and control what people are able to opine on or not, like with deleted comments or deleted posts and stuff like that, where they can hide certain things or boost certain things.
Exactly.
That's a bad thing.
It's almost as if people tend to hate censorship on the internet.
Everyone knows that it exists, and everyone knows that there is actual power in that. I don't think anyone actually disputes that.
I have had major employees at the time.
Every Twitch employee, when he walked through the door at TwitchCon, got on their hands and knees, instantly groveling at his feet, begging, pleading with him to stop the attack on Twitch, the multi-billion-dollar organization. Dan Clancy came in and sucked his wiener, I heard, in order to try and appease him so that he would stop using LSF to destroy the multi-billion-dollar corporation that is Twitch. Like, come on, man. Like, look at that.
Dan the man Clancy. You know what? I'm not saying I believe it. I'm just saying I wouldn't not believe it.
How you're talking about this. This is exactly why you shouldn't have a position as a top moderator of a subreddit. Like this, you are demonstrating the caricature of a Reddit moderator right now.
Or even just take this literal circumstance. Imagine the whole kind of operation was legit. Well, guess what? One single post.
I love by him saying, imagine if it was legit. He's kind of admitting to the fact that it's not.
Like, I really don't know where he's seeing that.
Oh, guess things ended up okay.
Why do you keep saying that? Where are you finding that information about everyone getting refunded? Are the organizers telling you that? Like, I really don't know where he's seeing that. But again, man, yes, it is a big subreddit, which means things like this information about a $20 million potential scam will have naturally blossomed there, as it would anywhere else on like a big Twitter community or a different subreddit. LSF just happens to be the biggest one. It has nothing to do with you. This is just natural when there is a...
Nah. What? No, obviously, Livestream Fails would never achieve the success it did if it wasn't for these moderators. Obviously.
A big community. This would happen on another platform or another subreddit. It is not your achievement for creating the LSF ecosystem that shares clips about a potential scam. And in fact, you could even make an argument that you have actually been a hindrance in some cases in the past with certain things that weren't allowed to blossom there. Like, this is... I don't even understand the point he's making. People know that big subreddits or big Twitter communities or whatever do have a lot of influence. But that...
They don't have any more or any less influence than any other platform is the thing, right? Bro is over here acting like Reddit is the coup de grace. The cream of the crop.
With or without this guy as the top moderator of the subreddit. That is just the result of a ton of people all in a similar space, in a similar vertical, that are sharing things back and forth. Like, his point is one that everybody knows.
I was one of your most passionate users. I was in the Reddit partnership program from the start at every...
that it afforded. I don't know why he's...
blown off every single time.
You already said at the beginning of the video that the sole reason you pursued this moderator status is because of the power that it afforded. I don't know why he's now trying to say that he's just so passionate. And even in this section here, he's talking about how he was...
Well, I'll tell you, but like, let's be fair. You can be incredibly passionate about wanting power. I saw the Avengers Endgame. I saw Thanos. Bro passionately threw his daughter off that cliff.
Trying to utilize every possible advantage to like get like brand deals and stuff, man. That's self-enrichment.
What is the scam though? Has anyone even pressed charges yet? So it was literally a group. Basically, it was an AI-generated event that was offering a $20 million prize, and the way that you could potentially win that prize is basically like, how do I explain this? You know what? It's just gonna be easier if I just tell you how it works, like from the consumer standpoint. So basically, you go and you buy merchandise, right, from some of the talents, and that, like, the more money you spend, let's say you spent $10, every $10 you spent gives you one raffle ticket. So if you spend $100, you get 10 raffle tickets. And then, like, a certain amount of people would have been chosen from those raffles, and those people that were chosen would team up with other streamers. Like, you know, for example, they would team up with Emeru or Extra Emily or whoever it is. So it would be like you would potentially end up on a game show with, say, Mr. Beast. So it's you and Mr. Beast versus somebody else with Markiplier or somebody else with Sam Hyde, and you two would compete to try to win the $20 million. And basically, it got to the point where even Mythic Talent, which is a pretty big talent agency, they got involved and were like offering the deal to their talents, to their actual like YouTubers and VTubers and stuff. And they started promoting the event. It actually started to get a lot of headway. Well, people started looking into it, and it seemed like everything about the event was pretty much like fake. Even the inclusion of Amazon Prime, Amazon, it turns out, wasn't even involved at all in any kind of way, shape, or form. So it was literally just this like group of people claiming that they were gonna make a TV show for Amazon Prime, and somehow they actually got a bunch of people to agree to it, even though they didn't actually have the funding or even the confirmation that the show was gonna exist or be real. And so the problem is that a lot of people started to buy the merchandise in order to try to get raffle tickets. And that's, you know, if it turns out in the end that whole game show wasn't even real to begin with, then yeah, that would be fraud. That would be fraudulent. That would be a crime. You cannot tell people that by purchasing these merchandise, you will get a raffle ticket, and then suddenly the raffle never happens. That's fraud. That, especially here in California, that is considered fraud. That it gets into like gambling laws, technically.
Through this position,
it gets really complicated, but that's a whole other video. I at this point, I genuinely do want to get into that. We might have to go back and watch that whole situation.
Doesn't really seem like it's coming from a place of a guy who's trying to like better communities or improve subreddits or make things better for others. This feels like you were
and yeah, and the problem, the reason why some people are saying scam now is because they're basically saying that the VTubers and the YouTubers are scam them for their money, right? Like, the thing is, that's sort of where it doesn't really matter what you call it. At the end of the day, you know, somebody, you know, the VTubers or YouTubers willingly or unknowingly, I should say, unknowingly is what I meant to say, may have been, you know, accessories to fraud. Now, that's where it starts to get into like a whole other situation of, oh, if they knew about the fraud, then obviously they would be charged as accessories. But if they didn't know and they were just, you know, victims of it, then at that point, you know, you would basically have to fight that in court, and so to speak, the original like company would have to be sued in order to get that money back. The problem here now lies in that in the freaking website, it literally says there are no refunds, even if the game show never freaking happens. So, legally speaking, it's not fraud. It's definitely not fraud, because it said in writing, if the raffle doesn't happen, if nothing happens, we get to keep the money anyways. You don't get shit. So it's not even attempted fraud. You can't even call it real, genuine, actual fraud, because they technically got it in writing. It comes back to the classic, you should have read the terms and service, right? You should have read before you buy. Unfortunately, that's, you know, a lot of people put trust into VTubers and trust that they actually did their due diligence and made sure that all of this was like checked out and to see if it was legit. And that tends to not be the case, right? So, because legally it's not fraud, because it says in the contract that you don't get your money back, what else can you call it besides a scam? It's a freaking scam. Yeah, it's not illegal, but it sure as hell ain't. It's not a straightforward transaction, is it? Right? Like, you promised this thing when they purchased it, and you never delivered. The absolute best thing you could call it is a scam.
And trying to use it to continue to climb that Reddit ladder.
Because fraud is a legal speak. a scam, you could just call something a scam, right? Like Ed, Ed and Eddie style. Like you freaking, I could charge you $1 to see my weird, myth, my, like, hey, pay $1, you get to see my freak show. But then you go in and it's just a bunch of like, it's a monkey and a fish that I stapled together. Well, I mean, it's not illegal, but you might say, well, that's a scam because that's not an actual freak. That's not an actual freak of nature. This is a freaking monkey and a fish he stapled together. And it's like, it's like, well, yeah, but like I didn't tell you it was gonna be legitimate. I just said, you look at this freak, like this freaky thing, right? Like, so that's kind of like, that's a scam. It's not illegal, it's not fraud, but it's definitely a scam.
Whatever that may be.
I was one of the only moderators
it's
out
semantics.
there.
We're it's semantics at that point. But what else can you say? Basically, everybody who actually bought merchandise got screwed. That's what it comes down to, right? Like, call it whatever you will, but they got screwed. They got screwed over because they purchased merchandise thinking that they were gonna get a possibility at competing in this competition. Even or at the very least, even if they didn't win the 20 million, they at least were technically gonna be in a raffle to see if they could compete in that competition, Mr. Beast style,
Reddit. Do you think that I want to be the guy, like, going out, like...
Adam Sandler impression on you here. You are...
...and trying to figure out kind of these partnerships? I don't.
Then don't fucking do it, buddy! Chalamet! I'm gonna drop an Adam Sandler impression on you here. You are a moderator in a subreddit. Why are you chasing down brand partnerships and collaborations, buddy? The whole point of subreddits is just for a community to come together and talk about certain things, share certain things. And your job as a moderator, and I use job very loosey-goosey because it should never be misconstrued as a job. It's supposed
really
to be...
is not a job. It's literally just a voluntary position, like to uphold the rules, right? Like that's it. And it's like at any point in time, you could just anybody can leave and anybody can join theoretically, right?
Be filled by very passionate fans of similar mind in the same space that would then just enforce like certain rules about like, making sure someone doesn't get like doxxed or something sensitive being shared like that. Like that is supposed to be all it is. Why?
Yeah, it's literally and I like that, right? It's the free market of ideas, policing and regulating itself. But of course, it that it goes into the whole thing of like, yeah, if that's a utopian society, that would actually happen, but we live in a world where bias and preference happen, so there's always going to be moderators that ban things that shouldn't be banned, but they ban it because it doesn't like follow their politics or whatever the hell it is, right? But that's on both sides of the spectrum. It doesn't matter.
Are you trying to even find partnerships and deals like that? That doesn't seem, in my eyes, to ever benefit the community. It only feels like it would benefit the mods that are chasing it down. You like to use examples, so I'll use one for you. Let's say you chased down this partnership with $1 Million Fan Show, and it wasn't going super well, and the organizers and you like to exchange back and forth, and they're like, look, we really need a favor here. Can you only post some of the positive stuff from $1 Million Fan Show and get rid of like the pesky, maybe clips that are negative about it? That would really help us. And let's say you object to that and they're like, okay, well then we're not going to work with you in an official capacity anymore if you don't do this. You see the conflict that this creates? It leads to, I can't believe I'm going to use this word when talking about fucking subreddits and mods, but it leads to very blatant corruption, where you are now in bed with some of these organizations or someone that could benefit from you gamifying your subreddit to cater it more towards them. Maybe it wasn't financial.
I like how he mentions the company or person.
In this case, maybe you weren't paid for it, but extend this thought process to another type of subreddit where maybe there is someone paying for it. Like, let's say I'm a music artist and I want to be featured on like the rock, hard rock subreddit, and I want to make sure my single gets out there. So I reach out to a mod and like, hey, look, I'll pay you some money if you can try and like boost this up a little bit. And this is something that I've read reports of happening in the past, and I think you would agree that that's a problem, right? Now imagine if those mods are...
Absolutely. It definitely is corruption, but it's like a corruption that's just kind of like, again, it's on a freaking subreddit. You know what I mean? Like what am I, like, you're gonna call the cops tell them that somebody in the subreddit. So you know what I mean? It's like it's such a non
Also
issue.
chasing down other artists like, hey, I see your Spotify streams are a little low. If you toss us a little money here, we can use our subreddit and the influence of it to try and boost it up a little bit higher. That's not a good thing.
If Reddit had offered me partnerships, if Reddit had pipelines to connect with kind of major companies, if Reddit had lawyers that were helping me, like reading over these contracts, reading over these agreements, none of these very real mistakes that I made would have happened. Reddit needs to be professionalized, and it starts with the mods. This is going to be controversial, but the people who are running your multi-billion-dollar website are unqualified nobodies like me. That doesn't mean it's my fault or their fault. It's your fault, Spez.
Damn, what a mic drop. Brother.
How dare you not stop me from making the mistakes that I made?
There are no qualifications to be a Reddit mod. That is a position that the community is supposed to, like, decide upon, like, hey, here's our rules, and here's who we would like to enforce them, and that's it. It should never be this deep. I just don't understand why he can't grasp, and maybe he can, and he's just pretending not to.
I think it's just an ego trip, frankly.
Concept that if you have mods that are financially incentivized to work with brands in collaboration with them, to use the community for their collaborators' purpose, you now have a very disingenuous subreddit that is very easily influenced based on who is paying for it. That should be a very clear conflict, a very obvious issue. It should be pretty obvious why Reddit wouldn't want to invest in a suite of resources like lawyers and brand ambassadors for Reddit mods to look over contracts and shit for Reddit mods securing deals to sell out their subreddit.
You would think it's almost as if these companies have people in charge of securing contracts, and they don't have to, you know, divert resources to a bunch of random nobodies from random nobodies that didn't even get a job interview to get the mod position. You know, like why the hell would I give you any of those resources? Who the hell are you? You're not like, you don't even have an official position at this company.
That's not a good
You don't work for Reddit.
That means access to
Reddit is not your boss. You don't work for Reddit. You're just a part of the community.
anything that like a talent manager would give an actual celebrity. So an access to a bounty board or ad deals or lawyers or event organizers or professionals or anything that actually matters.
To you.
Yo, speaking of bounty boards, I actually gotta check bounty boards on Kick because they've been offering me some, and I didn't know if I was qualified for that yet. If I am, I'm gonna freaking do some of those. Damn, are you kidding me?
Personally, actually matters to just you. The guy who is benefiting from the ad deals and brand partnerships and shit. That does nothing for the community you are supposed to be moderating for, brother. What are you not understanding there? Like, he is only arguing to help himself under the...
The thing is, he talks about live stream fails as if he owns the subreddit. He's like, my subreddit. He talks about it in that, like, tense
guise of it being to grow his subreddit. It only grows you, man.
To summarize, Reddit moderators should, for the world, at least the Reddit gets.
Moderators with talent growth strategy here. The way to double
into 100 billion. I mean, it certainly deserves to be that high up for how much traffic Reddit gets.
Yes, a high-level financial growth strategy here. The way to double your company is by spending resources to connect your subreddit moderators with talent managers that will chase down brand deals for them. So that way they can feel like a celebrity and I guess cash in on their mod status. Yeah, I'm really seeing the line now. The pieces of the puzzle are coming together nicely. I get it.
To the community, Spez and Reddit, they're almost certainly not going to fix any of this. All of this is up to us to solve.
He then tries to address the community about, like, this problem, and I really don't even understand the problem he's trying to portray here, because all he keeps hammering home is that he is a top moderator, wasn't given enough resources like lawyers, and he wasn't treated like a celebrity enough, and he didn't have the ability to chase down brand deals, which led to him making a poor decision here with the $1 million fan show.
It really feels like he intended to make a video where he basically begs for his position back, but his ego like forced him to demand a bunch of like high status amenities for himself while he's at it.
How is that a problem that the community like would rally behind, man? You just shouldn't have done it in the first place. Reddit shouldn't be a platform where mods are selling out big communities for the sake of brand deals. I don't see a whole lot of community support coming for that kind of message. He keeps presenting it as a problem, but actually I think this video demonstrates exactly why Reddit made the right call removing him from his position. Like, I don't know how he's not seeing that.
To solve all
Absolutely.
the problems
Bro is power hungry. He's on it. He's tripping the hell out.
that I have laid out. We will create
And
tools
genuinely, like, just from the little bits that I've seen of him from his own video, I genuinely feel like the Reddit has become a better place.
doing AMAs, running events, doing mod recruitment, cross collaboration with other relevant subreddits, that kind of stuff.
He then pitches his new thing here, which a talent agency for subreddit mods, I guess. I don't want to get into it. I've been yapping about this for so long. It's just
because obviously moderating subreddits is a talent.
Video
it's a
blew
skill
my mind
you have to
actually
perfect.
post something like this. Again, I do actually feel bad for him because this is clearly a position that meant a lot to him, and I'm wishing him the best going forward now without his, sheriff badge of LSF. But I do not think a talent agency for mods is the right path. But, I'm not his dad. He can do what he wants. It's just, this was
it's all about that infinite power. It's all about the power.
Boggling adventure watching this one. Anyway, that's really about it. See ya.
Nah, it really does feel like he like one of those he's got the orb of power. It's mine. It will all be mine. He's just like, I can't, he really believes that being a Reddit mod is like the peak of human existence. Like, I don't know. It's the funniest thing ever, though. I'm currently unemployed and this guy makes me feel employed. Honestly, the guy has a great job. Just forget all that nonsense. Who cares about everything else? Just stick with your engineer job, bro. Don't even why, Just stick to being an engineer. Nobody cares about all the other nonsense. I'm gonna go ahead and post a link to the video. Please go drop Pygmy0 a like. Go drop him a sub. All that good stuff. Whoops. Put the wrong link. My bad. There we go. Absolutely amazing video. Go drop a comment on Pygmy0's video so the algorithm knows that you like his stuff. Let's go ahead and move on. I really just wanted to see Charlie's freaking, his response to that whole situation because he was so involved. We might have to make this the last one for the day. And then we'll switch on over to Arc Raiders. But give me a moment. I'm gonna go pee real quick. I gotta piss. So give me a moment. I'll be right back. Give me 5 minutes. I'll play some music in the meantime too. Hopefully it's not too loud.
Baby, I'm calling for you, and I'm stuck in a loop. in a loop. Baby, I'm calling for you, and I'm stuck in a loop. Baby, I'm calling for you, and I'm stuck in a loop. Baby, I'm calling for you, and I'm stuck in a loop. Baby, I'm calling for you, and I'm stuck in a loop.
Okay. We are back. Let's get right into it. I got a What's Chat video here that is going to explain the Turkey Tom files in detail. Well, I don't know how much detail, right? But, like, I'm hoping in detail. I got my popcorn. I got my Pepsi. Let's see what's going down. Now, I gotta say this. We've watched quite a few Turkey Tom videos in the past, so I'm actually curious to see, has the, what do you call it, the hunter become the prey, so to speak? Did Turkey Tom do a big, big bad? I don't actually know what the full allegations are, so that's why I'm, like, not being specific, but there's apparently some kind of allegations coming from his ex-girlfriend. And it's coming from Kiwi Farm, so you know it's gotta be legit. Alright, let's check it out, Monodeshis.
So today, we're going to talk about Turkey Tom and his allegations that he has.
Massive day for the unemployed. Commentary channel Turkey Tom has allegations coming from some ex-girlfriends. Don't know who this guy is? Well, he's a popular commentary channel with 1.6 million subs, best known for this video. Too Mad Was Alone. I think he also got molested by Destiny, so yeah, that happened.
I'm sorry,
no,
what?
the
I didn't know
tides
that,
of
I didn't know
Canada.
that lore.
Turkey Tom faces serious accusations as former partner shares detailed claims. The alligators were posted on January 14th by a user known as Sacramento89 who claimed to have dated Turkey Tom after meeting him on Tinder. In their account, they described volatile behavior and emotional outbursts, alleging he did crazy like kicking holes in the wall while he was renting.
And I punched holes in the wall.
Basically, I started to get suspicious about all the e-girls he's followed, interacted with, and then he started raging at me. He also lied to me at first about the fact he does YouTube. He did some crazy stuff like kick holes in the wall of the house he was renting because a girl who copies Belle Delphine got hacked and the hacker was blackmailing him with his pics. You know what? Valid crash out. He continued.
You know what? I mean, if I'm getting blackmailed from my schlong pics, yeah, I'd probably punch a hole in the wall too. I mean, I'd be pretty mad, to be honest, right? I mean, the
Talk with
wall's
her-
gonna do nothing to you, so maybe you control that. Maybe punch a pillow or something, but still.
After that fact, I have screenshots confirming all of this, and I've attached a couple more. More disturbing claims followed. Sacramento 89 alleged repeated non-consensual recordings stating this guy is a real freak and likes to record encounters without asking first during almost every time. His merch was a warning, no. Anyway, these girls came out with these stories on the controversial forum Kiwi Farms, and so far these are just allegations, he said, she said situations, and we don't have Tom's side of the story. YouTuber Chicken Little is facing allegations by a previous ex-girlfriend whom he dated for 7 months and a 2-month fling, of recording encounters with them without consent. This ex is also stating that nothing illegal happened and it's not revenge porn while coming forward with the allegation. This ex also stated they were considering contacting the police but didn't. The alligator.
Wait, so he did nothing illegal, and you don't want to go to the police? So then, what are you actually accusing him of doing?
Continue with the accusation that Turkey Tom hit his fling and bruised her face. The fling also states that Turkey Tom is in.
I'm sorry, yeah, hitting someone is absolutely illegal, and you definitely can go to the police. What do you mean?
To age play. The ex that made the initial Kiwi
The age play, I don't think that's illegal technically, as long as you're both consenting adults.
Farms post states that Turkey Tom was rough during their encounters and would choke and hit her as well.
Seeing Tom also technically allowed as long as you're both consenting adults, but I don't know if he asked her if he could choke her. You kind of have to ask. That's important to ask.
Today, I'm not sleeping. I have to go to the airport. And I still have this stupid bruise on my face. Twin of victim. We don't know the timeline of these circumstances, and again, innocent until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. I gotta emphasize that. If I'm getting used, I'm gonna end my especially because he is me damn near, and I'm just letting it happen because I want him to date me. Guys, I might snap and have to confess my love and insanity to him. I think hiding my BPD isn't working.
What the hell is this?
GIM to know I'm already insane and already attached. Y'all hating on Turkey Tom for getting some pussy. Oh, we got a text chain. Everything good? I don't know. I'll explain later. It has nothing to do with you. Oh, on a scale of 1 to 10, how bad? Very. Oh, I'm very sorry. An ex of mine got hacked, basically. And some of the stuff is probably going to be dropped online. Photos. They emailed my family. Oh, bruh. It's okay. Is it? I have no idea because it's never...
Oh, is that him getting blackmailed for his schlong pics? Bro, I'm gonna be real with you. If you send a schlong pic, you gotta be prepared to get blackmailed with it. And I'm gonna be real. If you took the picture the correct way, there's no way to tell if that's really yours or not. Just freaking deny it, you know, like real shit. To be like, just be like, what? That's not my cock. I'm done. End of story.
Bruh, I don't even know what you're saying to me. She looks
That's
like a
not
crazy
my
person
Kakashi.
that dresses like a child. It's weird. It's okay though.
Bruising someone's face sounds illegal. Sounds like assault or a lie. Yeah, no, like that's one of those things where if they actually did that to you, it's important that you come out. It's very important that you come out and say your side. It's also important that you show some kind of evidence, and whatever evidence that is, like, it needs to be solid. It needs to be rock solid, right? Lastly, yes, go to the police. If it's genuinely something like that, where it's something actually illegal, like actually hitting, go to the freaking police. This is not like an Emeru situation where he just yelled a lot and maybe one time he accidentally gave me a black eye. You know, where it's like, okay, well, you can't go to the police for maybe accidentally having a black eye. But if bro was actually choking you and hitting you to the point where you actually made a point to post online about it, go to the freaking police! What the hell are you talking about? Go when you have the evidence.
I don't know what to say. I was taking anything at the time. I have Gooner mutuals with her, unfortunately. I'm just a little creeped out, but that's okay. I also got creeped out. She was a nutso, so I stopped talking to her. That genre of women are demons. Every one of those types I've met, like, actually f***ed me up. I was friends with one for a while, and she was insane and f***ed me over. Looks matched couple. One of the girls who came out with stuff even had a screenshot of matching him on Tinder, but she claims to never know who he is. About the Turkey Tom allegations, who takes screenshots of people they match with on Tinder? The abuser claims Tom hid his channel from her, implying she didn't know him. So what was the need for this screenshot originally? Just curious. This story's insane. The more I learn, the less I know. Crazy paradox.
That's a pretty valid point. I mean, there's always the possibility that Tom never took down his account, so it's still on there, even if he's not using it. So maybe she went back later. But that's me assuming a lot, right?
This isn't that relevant, but I think it's kind of funny. He posted a photo of his, like, basement couch, and this random girl called it the E-Girl dungeon. So far, we just got allegations, and I guess the only thing we have that's confirmed is that
They know it's you, though, now. Stop sending me pics of those hairy tail. Listen.
he, you know, stuck his in crazy, and you probably shouldn't do that.
How did you know it was hairy? I'm joking.
Farms administrator known as Null claimed the accuser's identity was verified through photographs and matching details. As of publication, Turkey Tom has not publicly responded, leaving the allegations unaddressed and the conversation unresolved. And again, this isn't just hanky-panky LMAO drama. They're alleging him of a crime. Recording somebody without consent is illegal, and that's just the tip of the iceberg. So another girl hopped into fray, claiming to have dated Turkey Tom in 2024. We met on Tinder. Throughout the time I dated him, he seemed pretty normal. A few words I learned about Tom. He loves his words, not mine. He was texting Meow Dallin the entire time we saw each other, assuming that her real name is Madeline and it wasn't just a different Madeline in his phone. Ended things with me over text shortly after his trip to
Well, what the fuck? Why, like...
Texas. He never talked about his career online. He really wanted to be an artist. His house was almost completely empty, except for the basement where he did his work. If anyone would like more details, feel free to message me. Some things I can't...
Whenever the situations like this happen, it's like, it's always like, bros have like 9 girlfriends at the same time in like a span of like 2 years. Meanwhile, I'm over here like freaking struggling for my life.
Here. Yes, it's a nothing burger, but I'd figured I'd hop in. What the f do you mean you're gonna hop in? This isn't a local pickup basketball game at your YMCA.
Ooh, I also sucked it. I had a taste. Like,
These
what
are
the hell is this?
Shattering allegations. What is going on? The victims of Turkey Tom are fighting with each other over who is the biggest attention. LMAO. This girl is 1000% an attention who just hopped on the train in hopes of getting noticed. DM'd me very odd messages. Also, obviously, very self-conscious. She called herself chopped and fat multiple times. Anyway, if you guys...
What the hell is this?
Earlier, the girl stated...
Bro, there is no freaking, like...
that
mutual help between these ladies.
Someone mentioned diapers and sent me this random AI-generated photo of Tom, and people were clowning on Tom because Tom had this to say about age play before.
ABDL refers to adult baby diaper lovers. In other words, adults who like wearing diapers and role-playing as children.
Yeah, I had a mission like that in Grand Theft Auto once, I think, where I had to take out this one fool who was doing that.
It's pretty sickening and generally has a lot of overlap with those who have inappropriate interactions with minors.
Obviously, nothing's
well then
insinuated here.
It's diaper play? Oh my god, bro, people are so weird. People are so weird. They're the diaper play? Oh, it's so... If you're into that kind of stuff, in my opinion, you're 1 degree away, man.
The strongest in history versus the strongest of today clip. This is a very chronically online drama, and sometimes it feels like they're just throwing darts and seeing what sticks. They're like, oh, Tom loves yeah, who doesn't? I'm not discrediting any victims.
You know what? Fair though, right? Like, to be fair, there's a reason why it's addictive, right? To be honest, I don't think I've ever met anybody that like did the stuff and then was just like, well, that was a terrible experience. I definitely don't want to touch that again. You know what I mean? Like, I've just never heard of that.
Or anything of that sort, but it does feel like a lot of these people are very spiteful at Tom and are sort of vengeful exes trying to get some get back. I'm gonna go to the Nutri-Shop to get more pre-workout and destroy my body at PF, hopefully. If you me and then go flex in the mirror right after again, I will myself in front of you. Now they're just making Tom look really cool. So what I'm
No, I'm sorry, but the more they show, the less believable it actually becomes to a certain degree.
Seeing is people are basically speculating that because
you have to understand something. Like, it's one thing if Tom is into like age play. Now, the thing is, they're saying age play, not diaper play. There's a difference there. Miskiff seems like he really wants to make it diaper play, because, let's be honest, he probably wants to distract people from his whole situation. But girl, that means you were doing it. Like, I'm just gonna, like, I'm not trying to judge nobody, right? Like, let your freak flags fly as long as it's two consenting adults and nobody of under the age is being involved in any way, shape, or form. If he asks you to dress up like this for him and you do it, that says a lot about you just as much as it says about him. I'm just gonna put it out there. Ma'am, you are the one doing it.
Tom was into this one girl who was into this freakish kind of age play thing. He's in it by extension. Again, this is all speculation, but the one thing that's certain and concrete is that he's hanging around some suspicious women. Miskiff literally copied the thumbnail Turkey Tom used on his video, and all of Turkey Tom's previous victims were coming out, including Lo.
Yeah, I figured. Miskiff probably just wants to distract from his whole situation. Got it.
Oh, dear God.
He's a woman of he has a little fetish. And it needs to be something that's spread around. It needs to be something that's out there. This guy's a weirdo. These are the people that are walking around in society dropping hit pieces on people that don't even have these type of issues, don't even have these type of backgrounds.
I'd like to know if he was filming these girls without consent. I'd like to know if he was these girls without, like in a BDSM setting, these girls without consent. Without proof, without evidence, which we don't have much of to corroborate the claims, the lack thereof consent claims, there really isn't much need for a response unless there's actual, like, somewhat evidence to explain this behavior.
If you really didn't do nothing, why not just come out and say you didn't do nothing? Like, I guess he might be lawyering up or pursuing legal action, but who knows?
It seems like these allegations seem like they're just allegations so far. But no one has come forward yet with definitive proof being like, yes, Tommy's it. It's like they have leaked DMs, they have DMs from Tom saying it's going to be bad. They have this girl's Instagram, which shows that she did have a bruise on her face at one point going to see Tom on the same exact day. Actually, it's literally March 15th, 2024. This is 5 days later, and I still have this stupid bruise on my face. So, but like, it seems like Tom has done some bad stuff. The allegations do line up, but
I love what's hilarious about this is that if he's so willing to believe any of this stuff, then by extension, your Miskiff's allegations are way more believable.
I'm gonna say none of this seems like it's anything that is proven yet, and I'd say the only one that's that's proven that's weird is that he likes diaper play.
I don't even think the diaper stuff
That
was
one's
confirmed.
proven. They never even. Miskiff is the only one who said diaper play.
100%, but whatever, it's funny. And he probably got molested by Destiny as well. This was the original post. The girl has a photo of him, and she essentially just called him a serial gooter. Told me he has a file on his computer called Just In Case that's basically voice memos or calls from his exes to blackmail them with in case they ever say something about him. Look at his ex, bruh. I feel like that's a very valid precaution in this scenario. Stop gooning. But unfortunately, we ran out of time for this video.
Nah, okay, so far, there's not a whole lot to it yet. I absolutely would love to keep track on this one and see what his response is. But the problem here is that if there is one valid, like, if there is one person here who has a valid argument or a valid complaint, it seems like there's 12 other idiots, dumb broads that are just freaking trying to get involved for absolutely no freaking reason, trying to get a little bit of attention, just clout chasing here. What, like that chick talking about him, I dated him once, or I matched with him on Tinder once, I dated him once, and he that's it. The hell does that have to do with the allegations? Nobody cares if you sucked them off at some point in your life. What the frick does that have to do with the freaking? So it's making their stupidity is making the potential valid ones very difficult to believe or even take seriously, and that sucks big time. So I definitely would like to keep up with this. I'm gonna drop a link to the WestJet video on Discord, Mono.cheese. Please go drop a like or drop a sub. Go and drop a comment so the algorithm knows that you like their stuff. Real quick, let me send a message out. And just in case, real quick on the side, we might actually be able to, while we're waiting on that, I might actually be able to do a quick little reaction to one more video, if it's a short one. Let me install, in case we do play it today, Dying Light the Beast. If it's not today, it'll be at some point during this week, but we're gonna play it this week. I don't wanna get stuck on just Ark Raiders, because I absolutely will. I also gotta go back and play. I gotta go play freaking Nikke and catch up with the story as well. Yeah, I bet. Yeah, I can install Dying Light now. I'll leave that in the background. Let me see. What video did I have after this? That's gonna be too long of a video. The whole NVIDIA's doing some stupidity right now, bro. We'll probably check that out tomorrow. Okay, we'll do this one real quick. Just while I'm waiting on a response from the boys, if they're even on, I don't even know. I think they might be playing. I think Burrito's on Ark right now, so who knows? Maybe we'll join them. But let's check this one out real quick. I don't know if y'all saw this or not. And this is, we're gonna end with a nice little feel-good video. All right. I don't know if y'all saw this, but apparently there was like a freaking boulder during some Indiana Jones show in freaking Disney, and this like performer guy freaking like jumped in front of it, and it doesn't look like, you would think like a bouncy ball like that wouldn't be too much, but the thing is so huge, it actually messed him up big time. So I just wanted to show this because it's like, shout out to this guy, the real MVP.
Now, this is a story you'll see only on WFTV Channel 9, a 400-pound boulder rolling straight towards a crowd of families. So here's the question.
Okay, hold on. 400 pound. I mean, I don't know if it was a 400-pound boulder. I'm pretty sure it's meant to represent a 400-pound boulder, but I think it's a ball, isn't it? It's like a bouncy ball.
Would you jump out of the way, or would you run straight towards it?
It's a ginormous bouncy ball. Now, of course, it doesn't have to be super heavy. It's made out of rubber. It's gonna bounce you and throw your ass into the floor with a lot of force.
We're talking with the Disney employee who jumped into action. Good evening, I'm Greg Mormon.
Hey, good evening, I'm Martha Sagowski. This is the video, Greg, that went viral. You remember this about 2 weeks ago. You can see that boulder right there going into the audience, and that employee stops it right there. He blocks it from anyone getting hurt. He spoke exclusively with Channel 9.
Yeah, no, that could have been really bad. That could have ended up in the audience. It could have messed somebody up big time.
Is Ashlyn Webb today, and Ashlyn, you asked him what was going through his mind.
Who said Newton something? Newton's law of thermodynamics.
In that split-second decision.
I don't know if that's actually the correct science. I just said that because that's what I thought it was.
He told me the only thing on his mind at the time was stopping that boulder from rolling.
Ma'am, somebody needs to hire you for a Spider-Man movie. What the hell? Her name is Ashlyn Webb.
He has worked on this show for more than 3 decades between being a stuntman and an actor, and he believes that he was put in this spot at the right time at the
Imagine if she was a reporter for the Spider-Man universe.
Right place to make a quick decision.
Flipping cars, dramatic explosions, and electrifying stunts. This is one of the riskiest. Indiana Jones running away from a 400.
That's actually cool. Okay, I'm glad they showed the original footage of what it was supposed to look like before the incident.
Pound boulder, but 2 weeks ago.
You said I would upside down kiss her. Miss Webb does in fact look
wrong.
Quite lovely.
That's coming right for us. With no hesitation, video shows Robert Herrick.
Bro, just look at the velocity, the momentum he gains, dude.
400-pound boulder. But 2 weeks ago, that stunt went wrong.
Oh my God! That's coming right for us!
With no hesitation, video shows Robert Herrick.
That's like getting punched by Monkey D. Luffy's his Kong gun punch. You know, when he punches Kaido?
An actor for the show, using himself as a shield to the hundreds in the crowd.
I was probably out of my seat.
Get him! It broke his freaking neck!
Before it went over the...
Yeah, the whiplash alone, bro. The whiplash alone.
Without any thought of what...
No, he's alive, so we can laugh, right? Because it's funny as hell when he gets looking just dropped. But But like that must have been painful as hell. Like that's literally like getting punched by Monkey D. Luffy. Like it's just the amount of like force that rubber can just impart on you.
Was going to happen.
Herrick is now in a neck.
Plus, I have to imagine that ball must have some, like, at least decently thick, like, rubber walls, you know?
Brace for the next 8 weeks or so after fracturing.
I mean, they're going to be rolling it around constantly. You don't want it to be punctured or anything like that. So, or it might even be hollow, which might even be worse, actually, technically.
2 vertebrae, but he says
And I don't mean hollow as in, like, hollow, like of course it's hollow. I mean, like, it may have air in it, or it may not have air in it.
It's all worth it.
If they have like sometimes they'll put like a puncture hole in it, so that way there's no like outside pressure or inside pressure.
I was just thinking of anything other
because
than
if you do pressurize it, then it bounces like a basketball.
it cannot make the audience.
Isn't that how that works?
Is it actually a 400-pound ball?
Yeah, I'm talking as if I understand the freaking science behind rubber and shit. I don't listen to me.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you felt
I'm not a scientist.
Yeah, you know.
I'm not a rubber scientist. You'd have to speak to the Trojan guys for that.
Anyone that sees that and the way it propels me backwards, it's not 10 pounds.
You can see in this video Herrick standing up, blood dripping.
It's definitely not 10 pounds. The thing is, like even if the thing was 10 pounds, first of all, it's definitely not 10 pounds. That's a lot of rubber. Rubber's heavy. But even if it was 10 pounds, it's not about like it's rubber. It's a bouncy ball. It's like whatever force you hit it with, it's going to amplify it just because of the material.
His head. He says his first reaction as a performer in front of children was to get off stage. Later, after the show continued, he waved to the crowd, letting them know he was okay. Many calling him the real Indiana Jones.
He literally saved our...
Nah, bro, he didn't run away from that boulder. He said, nah, I'm gonna tank it, bro. He said, I'll bet I'll win, bro.
That guy.
So many people commented after seeing that video and said, you're a hero for jumping into action.
I have a difficult time with that moniker. Yeah, I do. I think 30 plus years of being on that stage that I love.
Nah, son, let's be real. Anybody, bro threw his whole ass body in front of it. That takes, like, some real, like, self-sacrificing mentality. You know what I mean? Anybody else, I feel like, would have even, like, I'm just saying, I could easily see somebody trying to stop it with a broom or something and not really putting themselves in danger. But bro said, this is gonna hit kids, this might hit, like, elderly, this might hit, you know what I mean? He really, like, that really does go a long way to show what his mentality is like.
So much. I love that show with all my heart. My epic family I love. Put me in that position. Hero, there was no thought, Ashlyn, about that at all.
But that's great. That means a lot. That speaks a lot. If in the moment he didn't really think, it's just like I gotta run in front of this, right? Like you gotta do what you gotta do to stop this from hurting people. That's just dope. That's just cool. It shows a lot about the kind of person he is.
For what's next, Herrick says he's looking forward to getting back to work soon.
I miss my epic family, and I miss the audience. I miss that little girl and that, you know, the big eyes watching the show.
The thing is, Disney is so incredibly lucky. They have no idea how genuinely lucky they are to have this kind of an employee. I'm gonna be real with you. I'm not a great person. If it was me, I would have been like, bro, my neck, my back, my butt crack, like everything hurts. I think I need workman's comp for life. I need y'all to pay for me for life. I need y'all to take care of me. Disney owes me I think the rest of my life Disney gonna have to pay for me. You know what I mean? Like, I would have milked it for so much. You have no idea. But nah, this dude's like, I want to go back to work already. That's freaking dope.
I get a chance to...
Bro loves his job.
To make...
Damn, they cut it off too early.
And you could tell in his response to me, he was so humble, just speaking about what happened. He said there are so many people doing good deeds every single day, including the doctors and nurses that helped him after this happened. He said the only difference between him and them is that day he had 2,000 people watching him with their cell phones out, videoing what happened. Reporting in Orlando, Ashlyn Webb, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.
Wow, what a story, Ashlyn. And really, I know he doesn't want to be called a hero, but I don't know what else you'd say. All right.
Isn't that like such a freaking hero move though? Please don't call me a hero. What a freaking hero! Like that. If anything, it does the complete opposite. It's like now I want to call you a hero even more for that. Freaking sweet. Real life Indiana Jones over here is a freaking badass. The thing is, they're reporting it as 400-pound boulder prop. So I'm gonna be real with you. Is it actually 400 pounds? That's freaking wild, bro. That is insane. That is absurd. I would believe it. It seems like a lot of rubber, right? Like that would have to be massive. It would like it. I'll believe it. I'll easily believe it if that actually is the case. Let me check real quick what people are saying. Disney, give him the Legacy Award. He deserves a balloon to get a name tag. What is that? What's the Disney Legacy Award? That's interesting. What is this? It's Disney's highest internal honor for cast members, awarded globally to employees who embody Walt Disney's spirit of dream, create, and inspire. Oh, that's freaking dope. 1% of employees earn this prestigious recognition for their dedication to creating magic and fostering positivity. That is absolutely freaking dope. Yeah, I would absolutely give him the blue. That would be that right there would be a phenomenal time to do that, because not only is this like in a weird way great advertisement for Disney, but if Disney were to give him that badge, it would also be even further great. Like, you know, it would make it seem, because it seems like he genuinely cares about his job and genuinely likes Disney, genuinely likes the place where he's at. So I think he would genuinely appreciate it like a lot, honestly. I'm gonna go ahead and link the video on Discord. Monodachis, please go drop a like, go drop a sub, all that good stuff. We're gonna go ahead and end the stream here for reaction content. If you, however, still want to hang out with me a little bit longer, we're gonna go ahead and play some video games for just a little bit. I honestly, I haven't gotten a response, but I'll probably just check in with Burrito and Caos. If it's just Burrito available today, then more than likely we'll do Dying Light, the Beast. If both of them are available, we might do Ark. If neither of them are available, then it's up to me and I get to choose whatever the frick I feel like playing, which is awesome. And I'm gonna go ahead and make that decision after another quick bathroom break, because I've just been I've downed 1, 2, 3, 4 mineral water bottle. Well, I'm lying to you. It was a Red Bull, like two of the little Red Bull cans and 2 mineral waters. I don't know why I lied. I feel bad about lying to you, but I chugged two Red Bulls and two mineral waters. So you know, that it is what it is. I gotta go pee again. Thank you all so much for joining me on today's live stream. Have yourself a wonderful rest of your day, night, morning, evening, whatever it happens to be, wherever you happen to be. Goodbye, and thank you so much for swinging by. If you're on Twitch or Kick, I guess just hang out. If you're on YouTube, remember the stream's gonna I have to schedule a different one. So yeah, be on the lookout for that. Or it'll be on Twitter. You know, either. Thank you so much. Have yourself a wonderful rest of your day. Ozzy, thank you. Later, Monodachis!